listen, since you're in such a friggin' rush, let High Pitch come in and see. He's been like calling us all week. Can I meet Jimmy?
Yeah, he calls me at work sometimes, and
High Pitch?
he puts out. He's diabolical. He's got such a wide variety of voices that it's impossible to detect who it is.
He calls Jimmy and phone calls him all the time.
This is Kelly Clark.
Why does he have his shirt off?
Because he's in love with you. Why do you have your shirt off?
To say hi, Jimmy.
Why do you have your shirt off? Seriously.
To say hi, Jimmy.
Oh, all right.
Are you in love with Jimmy?
Yeah.
Show Jimmy your new tattoos. You got to see this.
Yeah, I heard you talking about these. A true player, right? Only God can judge you.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I think he has.
Get in line.
Hey, have you ever seen High Pitch when people put fish in his face? Like
yeah, he
he's
he does.
He's leaving.
Oh, my goodness.
All you had to do was say it.
He's
Oh, my God. I think he just hit somebody.
Wow.
High Pitch right out of here.
No, he's not letting anybody in. He's in. He's not letting anyone in the studio.
Oh, you mean he's holding the door?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I knew this would happen. It's going to be like assault on Precinct 13. Oh, no.
Get out.
Oh, no. They're chasing him with fish.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Is he going nuts?
He hates fish.
Yeah. Wow.
Come on.
As soon as you said fish,
he ran.
He turned around, right? So I was standing at the door with a fish. Howard, he got like superhuman strength.
I know.
It's all on camera. Oh, he's 400 pounds. And he slammed the door.
He hates fish.
Oh, that's too funny.
Nah.
That may have been the shortest appearance ever by a guest.
Good
now
times.
you know how to get rid of him.
That was great.
Wow.
He's in the green room now, like practically crying. So
Really? All right,
Really?
Go calm him down.
This is embarrassing. I'll never recover.
Fish are his kryptonite.
They really are.
Tell him to come back in.
That was great.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
I love
Wow.
That is a riot.
You should take him scuba diving and shoot it, you know?
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
This is Eric the Midget. This is your last appearance on the show.
Why is that?
Speaking of Star Jones, I intercepted an email that Eric sent to Star Jones. He wants her to legally represent him so he could sue me.
What?
Yeah.
So what are you calling for?
Because he's insane.
That.
What?
How did you get that?
I get everything, dude.
So it's true.
Yeah.
So get off our airways. What do you want?
First of all, you got to be dumb as a wall. You keep calling me.
How are we harassing you? We don't call you.
And he's calling today. He's pissed. He was got a prank. High-pitched Eric called him to prank him.
Uh-huh.
But he gave permission for it to be played on the air.
You're out of your mind, Eric.
No,
And Eric, no one knows who you are. So he wants to sue me because we call him Eric the Midget, but no one knows who he is.
Yeah, you could go out in the street. Nobody calls you that when you're rolling around.
We don't even know if you're a 6'5" guy who walks. I'm just going by based on what you told me you were a midget.
no, I never referred to myself as a midget.
Well, you told me you're a little person. I called you a midget.
That's what we call them.
But how can you sue someone if no one knows who you are? And
How have you been harmed?
And you call into a radio show.
Hello?
I'm here.
So you're
So
mad.
why? So you're busy I'm giving you money and all this other stuff, and then you badmouth me to everyone. And you're writing a Star Jones.
I wrote it to Access Hollywood that was going to be going on to the View.
What?
Nancy O'Dell was appearing on The View.
And you wrote that you want to sue us?
Yes.
So why are you calling us today?
And for the whole thing with the permission...
Permission to sue us?
No. The permission about the prank call. I gave Richard Christie the permission. And after I had left the messages saying that I did not want the...
You're insane.
call.
You're insane.
Stop calling us. Leave us
You
alone.
just want attention, man.
Remember a few weeks ago you said you weren't going to call anymore, yet you've not stopped calling?
I'm going to sue you for harassment.
No.
Oh, you don't like that, huh?
And guess who we're going to call?
Access Hollywood.
Perry Mason.
Perry Mason. And then he also wrote to Michael Powell from the FCC.
All our arch enemies. You're trying to align yourself.
You're a real wonderful guy, aren't you?
I'm forming an alliance.
So we're done with you.
So you are the evil character we portrayed you to be.
You are the bat.
You got to read his letter to Star Jones. He goes, "Dear Miss Jones, you're a lawyer. Howard Stern says I'm an evil midget. I'm not evil and I'm not a midget.
So sue him."
I don't know what you are, but you might be insane.
Eric, if you were famous, maybe she'd write you back.
Yeah, you weren't on the red carpet last night, were you? So he's not interested.
Oh,
All right, here's High Pitch Eric. This is your last time. I'm done with you unless I get an apology. Where's my apology?
I'm sorry.
Are you sincere?
Yes.
Say, Howard, I'm never writing another person again about suing you.
Howard, I'm never writing another person again about suing you.
That's nice.
Sheesh. I can't believe that.
Thank you, Eric.
Well, maybe I'll drop my lawsuit if you drop yours.
After all we've done.
I didn't even get it started.
If you're lucky, maybe next year at the red carpet, Star will wear you around her neck.
How much?
It's a midget.
This is a summer midget?
It's a summer midget.
I'm wearing a midget. What's that on your shoulders? A midget?
It's a summer midget. I ate him.
Now I'm wearing his skin.
All right, here is High Pitch Eric calling Eric the Midget. Here we go, Eric.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
High pitch, what do you want?
Listen, I heard you on the show today. I want to help you change your name. How about Frank the Midget?
That doesn't make any sense.
Are you listening to me, you little
High pitch,
There's only one room for Eric on the show, and that's me.
high pitch, get a brain. Hello?
Hey, Eric, I'm sorry, okay?
Yes.
I don't want this to get out of hand. I'm Jewish, and I will sue you
For what?
for having my name.
No.
Could you put your pants down? Grab your package for me.
No.
Please. I won't eat you if you do. How big are your balls?
High pitch.
This gets funnier.
Hello?
Hey, Eric, listen, I'm sorry. I'm only joking with you. Let's talk about the football pool.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you wearing?
Leave me alone.
I bet your little hand makes my look huge.
High pitch, leave me.
Speak up, you little Sorry, don't hang up. Don't hang up. I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. Talk dirty to me, please.
Hell no.
Please. I'll give you $5. Just say I love bitch.
Hell no.
I'll give you $10.
High pitch. Unlike you, I don't have a gay bone in my body. So leave me the alone. You fat, annoying ass.
I'm going to drop your pants and spit on it.
Oh,
yeah! Walk, 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 walk.
High pitch, listen to me carefully.
I love the taste of midget balls.
High pitch,
And how big is your
I am not answering that.
I'm small, too, in the pants. Can we talk about this?
No.
Great, huh?
wow.
That's awesome.
That's like your greatest performance ever, Eric.
I hate you, High Pitch.
I love. We gotta take that. You're fat, annoying.
Hey, yeah, that was great when you yelled back at him, Eric.
Thank you.
You're yeah.
Here's a good one.
Hello.
Hello. This is Kelly Clarkson. Is this Eric the Midget?
This is not Kelly Clarkson. This is more than likely high pitched, isn't it?
No. Who's High Pitch? This is Kelly Clarkson. I think you're very cute.
High pitch, give it up. I know it's you.
A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? It's KC.
Okay.
Hey, you want in on the football pool? Nice. Hey, Eric, What's up with them Oakland A's this weekend?
They won yesterday.
How many touchdowns did the A's make?
They won. No, they're not.
Come on, it's KC here. Nice. How many of those midget fingers can you fit in my...
None, because I wouldn't try.
Come on, I got a lollipop for you.
I don't give a
I got taffies for you, too. Speak up, you Ewok. Hey, listen, you're doing good sport. Let me put Gary on the phone. Can you hold on?
Yes.
Hello, this is Gary Delabate.
No, it's not. I could tell it's Eric, or high-pitch Eric.
It's Gary. How are you?
It's high-pitch. I could tell the damn...
Hi, it's Gary Delabate. Can I help you? I'm here eating chocolate. Let's talk.
High-pitch. I could tell it's you.
My voice sounds a little different because I have a mask on. I have a welder's mask on.
So that mask makes you sound exactly like high-pitch.
This is the real deal, okay?
Whatever.
Okay, good. Let me ask you this. What are you wearing?
I'm not answering that question.
Hey, this is Gary now.
I highly doubt Gary Delabate would be asking me that question.
Drop your pants. Let's get down to business.
No, I'm not. High-pitch. I'm not a moron.
Okay.
You try to pass yourself off as Gary. Come on. I could tell people's voices.
Okay.
That's why I also know.
Do you know who it is?
It's high-pitch.
No, it's Artie Lang. Are you ready for some dirty deeds? Eric, it's Artie. Come on.
No, it's not.
Let's get some Jack and Waters.
High-pitch. Knock it off. Can you get that through your head? Goodbye.
Good stuff, Eric.
That's great, man.
One mistake that high-pitch made that I really keyed me that it was him and not Artie was he was saying that he was drinking Jack and wine. And when I hear...
That's what tipped you off?
Is
that it?
Well, the voice, too, but
Yeah, the voice?
He said Jack and wine instead of Jack and water, which I've heard Artie say over and over again.
Right.
He couldn't fool me.
You're not Artie.
But whoever was playing KC, given the fact that KC used to be a high school quarterback from what I've heard on the show, I think he could tell the difference between football and baseball.
You could be the assistant director of Homeland Security with that uncanny ability to detect phony phone calls.
That was excellent.
We need you spotting terrorists at the airport.
Well, Eric, it's been nice knowing you. I mean, I don't know, man.
We can't play with you anymore. You're going to be a bad boy.
You can't be a litigious midget.
Right. That ain't right.
You know what I mean? I mean, we love you.
I'm intercepting your emails.
Your henchman intercepted my email.
The only person I could figure that would have given you them is Zolar. I don't know why he did that.
Because he wants us to know what you're up to, mate.
Zolar's a friend of the show. You're not.
Well,
you're an enemy of the show. You call in, you enjoy the show, you're part of the show.
You take our prizes.
And then right away you're writing Star Jones to represent you in a legal case.
You're even begging to be a part of the football pool.
It's hard to believe that
Zolar... you want to sue us.
It's hard to believe that Zolar would deceive you.
You're evil.
No, I'm not.
Who would do such a thing? An evil person?
No, just someone that gets tired of being made fun of.
Well, then don't call in.
You don't have to call us.
Your logic is bizarre.
We never mention you until you call.
You call in.
Last Tuesday I was mentioned on the air, and I didn't even call in at all that day.
Yeah.
How is that?
You're a midget with a weird voice calling the Howard Stern show. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, it's no secret.
I mean, what judge is going to... We'll throw this out of court in a second.
Why waste the court's time?
Yes, Matt.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Dude, this is fun. Hello, Eric. This is funny as hell, dude. I hate high-pitch Eric. I think he's the worst person. I just can't stand the dude. This is funny as hell, bro. I just turned the radio on, man. I can't stop laughing. You gotta play that one again where you're like, that is funny as hell, dude. Eric, you can't. Come on, brother, man. You're calling the best show in the universe. You can't expect them not to play this stuff. This is funny as hell, bro. Keep it going, brother.
All right, there you go, Eric. You're getting some fans.
Eric, they love you.
You're going to lose all this.
You're going to lose all your attention now because I'm wise to you.
I figured you out. You're out to get the show. I'll sue.
I'm hoping not to.
Hoping? What do you mean, hoping not to? Why? All you have to do is not do it.
Well, no, I won't do that. I meant I'm hoping not to lose all this. I was trying to respond to something that was said before you said that I was going to sue the show.
Yeah.
How do we know when you're going to go crazy again and start writing Star Jones?
Yeah, you're nuts.
No.
You're nuts. You call in, you bother me, you want to be on the air, and then you want to sue me for putting you on the air.
This is crazy.
You're insane.
No, the only reason why I said that is because, number one, I'm not evil, and number two, I'm not...
We don't know what you are. Anyone who calls
We're creating
in...
something so that audiences can identify you.
Yeah, you could look like Marcus Schenkenberg for all we know.
We don't know you. All right, I got to go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It was nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you. You're only friends. You turn on them. I see Kelly Clarkson putting you on.
She ain't calling you.
She's not calling you anything.
Actually, maybe that was her. Was that her who called you?
Are you on the bulletin board?
I was for a while.
And what happened?
Then what?
Last Monday, for some reason, and I wrote a thread in the general discussion board, and then like a couple hours later, I was kicked out.
Give Eric an orange name.
Wait a minute. What did he write? What was his thread?
What was your thread?
My thread was titled, "I'm the real Eric the Midget."
Why would they throw you out for that?
Doorknob should be lower.
I know they're trying to clean up the bulletin board somewhat so people can write in it. But I don't know why they would get rid of you for that.
Howard.
Yeah.
Do you know what his name is on the bulletin board?
What?
Kelly's biggest fan.
Oh. That's real gay, Eric.
How about world's biggest fag?
Oh.
You want an orange name?
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants
Fruit.
everything. He wants it.
I want it all. I want an orange name. Immediately.
Would you like Eric the Evil Midget as your orange name?
No.
Eric the Kelly loving fruit.
What do you want for your orange name? Eric the Midget. Because that's how people know you. All right?
Thor and I came up with the nickname Eric Wheels Lynch.
What?
Wheels, as in, like I'm in a wheelchair.
Eric Wheels?
Yes.
Eric Wheels?
How about Eric the Litigious Dwarf? Yes, Michael.
Please play Eric as Hypothetical as KC. That's hilarious.
That is
hilarious.
That's the funniest impression I've ever heard of my life.
I hate Eric. I hate high pitch, but he did great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice.
How about Legal Smeagol?
How about Fairy Mason?
Just be Eric the Midget.
All right, as long as the word evil is not put in there.
All right. All right, I'll get you an orange name. I'll get it for you today.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
It's the bat from wrestling.
All right, we'll be back right after these words. We show Cops, but I never get to see it anymore. I don't know when it's on.
Me neither.
On Saturday nights, but I never see it.
I'm saying me neither. I used to love it. I watched it all the time when it first came on, but I sort of got burnt out on it.
I remember there was a time where they wanted to take it off the air because some black groups were saying they felt it was racist because it's always like some black guy could barely speak English.
Right.
Well, and then...
just reality.
If the guy could speak well, they wouldn't mind him being dragged out of his house?
Yeah, just, you know.
Right, they want to see Sidney Poitier arrested.
I remember that, but I never get to see it, but once in a while I'll play some clips. Like this is some lady screaming at the cops or screaming over something. I don't even know. I didn't see this one. I think she was upset somebody got shot, or I don't know what it was.
What's
You know what I like about the cops, and this is why cops are great. They always go, yes, man. They don't know what she's saying. Or go, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know, yeah.
You think they're just yesing her?
Yeah.
I know. They don't afraid to cops, afraid of everybody.
No, listen to me.
You know, I know y'all don't work on my side. They don't afraid charity long enough. My folks just...
You calm down.
Kansas City coming to Denver fuel tomorrow.
Take some deep breaths for me, okay?
I can take it because I'm thinking about Denver. We were going to the fuel there at Congestion, and they say, well, hey, y'all been how you drug goods, them grandchildren. I told them...
I would never make it as a cop. I'd be like, what? Honey, I don't know what you say.
They're very underpaid.
You just getting done working? What you want? What you looking for?
All right, Tony, go ahead and take him down.
Put your hands, buddy. Put your hands where I can see him. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
What I done did?
I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't turn around.
I ain't did no what I done.
Man, stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Put your hand behind your back.
Put your hand behind my back. Oh, God damn. Hey, man, I ain't did nothing.
Hold on, tough.
Hey, man, I ain't did nothing. My hand behind.
There's another example where the cops go, yes, and you know, yes, but you know they don't know what he's saying.
My back. I ain't did nothing.
Relax, man. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting. I ain't resisting. My name Robert, man. My name Robert.
What did he say?
Does he think they're calling him resisting?
No, he said I ain't did nothing. My name's Robert.
No, he said I ain't resisting. I'm Robert.
Oh.
Right.
He's
resisting.
It's the wrong name.
Well, man, don't choke, man. Damn. I ain't did nothing. I ain't no dope dealer, man. I'm a hard-working man, just like anybody.
Where's he getting a job?
What's he working at?
Yeah. Maybe I'm a hard-working man.
Maybe his alias, Robin, was
He's
resisting.
working at not getting caught.
His alias was resisting Robert.
My favorite cops was that guy getting tasered.
Yeah.
They taser that dude. He makes that weird yelp.
David, I told you to get out of my house. No.
Get away. You want the same? Get down. Get on your knees. Get on the same now. You get it again if you move. Don't move.
They got to taser dudes in more episodes. They don't do that much.
Just taser.
You got that? No, you don't move.
They don't taser cops.
You move, you get it again. I came down here and said, that's it.
This weekend, it's all taser episode.
It would be great.
I like that phony phone call we did where we used the taser guy screaming.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool, too.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah.
My life partner, he's trying to change out a switch. It's a pretty simple thing, but we can't get the power to shut off, and he...
Shut the goddamn phone. I know what I'm doing.
Ma'am,
Get off the phone!
Is there a way to turn the power off?
Go to the main, where the main panel is?
Yeah, we got the fuse panel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just undo all the fuses.
Well,
You should have a main one up there.
Hold on here. I got the red wire.
No, get the fuse.
The red wire and the black wire.
The fuse.
Hey, go get that shut out of your house right now.
Excuse me?
Go get that fella out of your house right now.
He's my life partner. He lives here.
I know, but give him out there and call you somebody to fix that thing if we get hurt.
Excuse me?
Call someone before somebody gets hurt.
Well, he doesn't think he needs that. He's one of those tough guys.
Well, he ain't too damn tough. He's hollering.
I'm okay. Hold on. I got
Go pull down and tell that guy get off her before he gets hurt. He gonna get hurt and then he gonna sue you. Listen, I ain't got time for all this pile of crap. Just hang up the damn phone, call them, and get him some help. He needs some help both ways.
Both ways. Just mental health. That's the best.
He's one of them tough guys.
Hi, baby. You just getting done working? What you want? What you looking for?
All right, Tony, go ahead and take him down.
Put your hands, buddy. Put your hands where I can see him. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
What I done did?
Get the car.
I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't
Turn around.
I ain't did. Now, what I done?
Man, stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
What I done? I'm a hardworking businessman.
He didn't do anything that bad. This is where prostitution should be legal. The guy's just trying to get a little,
I know. Look at that guy. He just wants to get laid.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, the usual. And all of a sudden he's getting arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't go down with that law.
Yeah, come on.
Poor guy wants to get laid.
David, I told you to get out of my house. Move. No. Get away. I told you to get out of my house. Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now! You want the same? Get down! Get on your knees! Get in.
Wow.
You say you don't want prostitution, but what if it was
do.
in your neighborhood? I mean, you do want prostitution, but what if it was in your neighborhood?
It is in my neighborhood.
I'd go finally.
Where?
It's all over the place. I see hookers walking around.
It's in this neighborhood,
I'm not talking
Robin.
about just street hookers. I'm talking about somebody having a bordello right next door to you.
No, I wouldn't want that. They zone that stuff like they got scores.
Robin, there's a bordello. It's a 10-minute walk from here. You want to go?
And it always has the street tied up.
No offense. It ain't 10 minutes. It's about a minute.
Yeah, right.
That's why you can't get in and out of here.
Because it's illegal. They do it in apartment buildings. But if it was legal, could zone it. Sal and Richard went down to Rockefeller Center, which is a great place for us to go because it's a very nice cross-section of tourists and, people from all over the country.
Sure.
There we go.
What would you like to say to Howard Stern on his birthday?
Keep it up. I enjoy you. Yeah, you're great. Terrific.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of him.
I don't really think I want to say anything, but thanks.
Happy 85th birthday.
Howard Stern, I don't really have much to say to him.
Have a great day. Many, many more.
Keep doing what you're doing.
You're a racist. Up yours, Howard.
Oh.
Howard is rude.
Yeah, see?
Wow.
Yeah. Then they ask how old people thought. They said, how old do you think Howard Stern is? And I happen to think I look younger than my years.
Yes.
I'm 57 today. People were like, oh, is he in his 60s? Is he 80? Is he I'm 80? For crying out loud. I think I look like a young stud. They must be thinking Howard K. Stern.
How old do you think Howard Stern is today?
Probably about 65.
Wow.
He's too old to have hair. About 60.
Oh, 55.
Oh, at least 58.
70?
Too old to have long hair. Shave it. Grow up.
Fuck off.
26. I thought he was over 60.
85.
They got to be kidding, right?
I think people are just being mean.
That's mean. If I'm 85, I'm Mrs. 985. And then they ask, I don't know what else they ask, but just it gets more and more depressing.
How do you think Howard Stern looks for his age?
Great. Bad. I think he needs to go get a facelift.
Never.
Weird.
Not too great.
I think he looks his age. I think he looks pretty rough. He's aged quite a bit.
Wow.
Terrible.
Yeah, I would say he looks good for his age.
He looks great for 85.
I mean, it's horrible. I mean, it's one more horrible answer than, after the, and by the way, this is not doctored. It's not like, let me skew this negatively. This is what people think.
What's worse, a blizzard or Howard Stern?
Oh, definitely Howard Stern.
A blizzard.
Blizzard.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. A blizzard.
Actually, I think a blizzard.
Howard Stern.
There shouldn't even be any question that a blizzard is worse than me.
Definitely Howard Stern.
A blizzard. Howard Stern is more entertaining than a blizzard.
A blizzard.
They're equal.
Equal. And it's Silent Richard. According to Silent Richard, most people, once they hear my name, won't even, they go,
They
okay.
run?
They run away.
Oh, dear.
Like Herman Munster. So. And by the way, to Sal and Richard, I love you guys, but Jesus, step up your game. I mean, don't play me bullshit. These guys took the mommy thing and made a phony phone call. You don't play this for your boss. It's one of those things you go, shit, that didn't work. It didn't go anywhere.
What did they play? What did they do?
It's ridiculous. They call a guy, and Ted Williams, the deep voice homeless guy, is just saying mommy. I never heard a phony phone call like this. And they submitted to me like, our work is done.
They liked it?
Yeah, what did Howard think of it? It's horrible. I said to Gary, I go, those guys give that to you to give to me? What is that? That's like turning in a homework assignment that's not complete. They do a lot of that shit. They got a bunch of phony phone calls that go absolutely nowhere. So I said
Did
to
they
Gary,
really like that one?
I don't know. I said to Gary, I'm going to sit him down and talk to them. He goes, I thought you did that already. I go, you know what?
They need another talk.
No, they need to really, they need a talking to from me. Because you can't hand that in. That's something you throw away in the garbage. How's that funny?
It's not.
You know, with our new contract and our adjustable schedule, everything, you know.
Got to be top notch.
It should be top notch. Can't air that. I said to Gary, those guys really think that's funny? I mean, we got a major thing going on here. How is that funny?
They don't want to come in here and explain that?
But and then they gave me another one the other day that went nowhere, too. I'm going to go back and give the boys a talking to. Like, this stuff's got to go somewhere. Like, it's funny that Tim calls in, but he's not making any...
No, he doesn't make any sense. He doesn't take it anywhere.
Right. It's not funny, right? Okay. Well, the hi mommy guy I got all excited about, and I'm going to explain to them that you got to say more than hi mommy. There's got to be some other premise besides hi mommy. Right?
Unless that takes them somewhere.
Right. Why don't you go have a talk with them? You seem to be able to communicate with those two.
I don't communicate with them at all.
You don't even go back into that room, do you?
It's a very rare occasion.
Right. Sal, you don't know that's not funny when you submit that to me?
You know what happens is...
Hi, Mommy. I mean, okay.
Well, the audio was so bad, there was nothing else that we could have taken from it. And you got such a kick out of the hi, Mommy. We made a ton of phone calls, and then to get a consent is another story altogether. And finally, we got something that clicked, and it was only 30 seconds.
I see. All right.
So, you know, that's
I'll come back. I'll talk to you guys.
But the Dick Clark call was a great one.
Dick Clark call's good.
The Larry King gay, are you gay call. When the guy flipped out, we did.
Is that a new one?
Yep.
I don't think we've heard that.
I don't think I heard it.
You
Did I
played
play
it 3 times. You absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And
let's hear that again. That was good. Where is that?
Richard will put it up. And then we just did one with Richard Simmons that you loved.
That's true. No, you do good work, but I want to explain to you why something's funny.
Plus, you know, I'm not throwing Gary under the bus, but he also acts as the filter. So sometimes, you know, he has to make an executive decision and say,
I like to. He knows I like to hear all of your stuff.
Okay, because I'm certainly not putting him down, but we also value
Gary
Gary's.
Gary didn't think it was funny either.
Well, yeah, he should have told that to us, and then we could have, you know, cleaned it up or whatever.
All right.
But 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
That's true.
So, can I say something?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't what you just said the definition of throwing me under the bus?
Not really.
I want to throw Gary under the bus, but it's his fault.
You were born under the bus.
You mean you can't throw him under the bus because he was born under a bus? Sal says you were born under a bus.
Right out of the uterus and under a Greyhound.
I don't get that joke.
It's not a joke. It's a reality. It's a fact.
Why is it my fault that I played Howard your shitty bit?
Here comes the bus, Gary.
Your unfunny, shitty, uncreative, one-line shit bit.
Anyway, what's the new Richard Simmons call?
When he calls for Gary, that was based on the history of Howard Stern. Richard and I listened to that during the break, and then...
Did I like it?
Yeah, you loved it.
Oh, okay. How come I don't remember these?
Because your head's all fucked up, man. You're always
Yeah.
bitching about shit. You got to slow down. Take a breath, man. You got a beautiful wife at home. You got a couple of bucks in the bank. Take it easy.
All right, shut up, you idiot.
And then we did you with Dick Clark, which was
That was good, too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that was
apologize. You know, some of them, you know, some just don't work out.
Yeah, the Dick Clark one is good, too.
But we'll use better discretion for future calls.
Yeah, you could have even made that Richard Simmons one even better if you had a couple of more questions than they can for her.
We did, but, they weren't...
They didn't go anywhere.
Right.
Okay. No, you're doing well.
We're trying,
Yeah. All right. Just try harder.
Okay. We will try harder, for sure.
Right, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's a beaten man.
Sal.
Yeah.
Does it really just sort of hit you over the head when Howard comes out and says stuff like that? Like he thinks you guys haven't been producing or needs to be reminded of some of the things you have done well?
Yeah. He just, he like you said, some things he doesn't remember. So I have to remind him when he's down on us. I have to make him aware of what we are doing. But, this is the greatest show in the world. So as Tim Sabian says, the greatest show on earth. I think I've heard that before someplace. But anyway, you have to step up your game. You always have to step up your game on this show. That's what it's all about.
And sometimes it takes a reminding or some sort of a, it takes the boss to sort of beat you down a little bit to knock you down a few notches.
Yeah, sure. I totally get it. I get where he's coming from.
Now, this
Howard Stern, man. He's on top of his game, and you got to be on top of your game too.
Now, you've also alluded many times in the past to the fact that Gary might not be the best filter for your prank phone calls.
Yeah.
You even went as far as to say he might have been born under the bus.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I kind of agree with Gary. But no, it's Gary's job to listen and to give us his advice and whatnot, So he didn't do it this time.
But I get the sense that you and Richard don't feel as though he's the best comedic filter for your prank phone calls. Yeah.
Of course not. But we have no other choice. Who are we going to give it to? John Hine? What else could we do?
I mean, ideally, you'd like to just play him directly to Howard and let him filter them.
Yeah, I would. And apparently Gary's doing that. So that's nice of Gary.
You say that with quite a wry smile there.
What else could I say? There's nothing much more to say.
He's your Volk.
Gary, Gary's busy doing his things, We hate to bother Gary, actually, with the calls because he likes to take naps. So, we hate to wake him up and stuff. He's busy on the phone booking his book promotions and whatnot. We don't like to bother him when he's doing that or eating cookies or whatever else he does in that office.
What other pastimes have you found him doing when you went to play prank phone calls for him?
Well, solitaire, which that's been discussed already. But overall, we respect. What do you say? You have such thin skin. It's ridiculous.
It'd be one thing if you were goofing on me in a comedic way, but you really genuinely tried to.
No.
You're like, well, it's really Gary's fault. Where was the joke?
I didn't say it was Gary's fault.
You don't want to throw Gary under the bus, but Gary really should be listening. Because where was the joke?
I was setting it up for you to say, I don't understand the bus.
You know what? You're not that clever. You're not that smart.
See, he thinks I'm not.
No, you're a 102. You couldn't possibly fucking.
No, don't throw that back at me. Don't throw that back at me.
You are what you are.
It's not true.
No, you try. Listen, at least be honest. Admit it. You tried to deflect off of you by fucking me.
No. But listen, that's a tradition on the show with the deflection and stuff like that. But I didn't. I just wish that in certain cases, and you've done it, that you would have came in the back and said, this one really...
But he wants to hear everything.
That's true. So we're stuck in a weird situation.
Right, so why fucking blame it on me?
Well, what else am I going to do?
Fucking take responsibility that some of your stuff is shit.
I did. I said it. I admitted that.
Right, okay, so why blame me?
I didn't necessarily blame you.
You didn't. You did not necessarily. You absolutely fucking blame me.
Was it entertaining?
For you?
All right. No, I think it was.
By the way, some of those bits, can you find a new fake guy to use? Because that guy sounds the same all the time.
There you go. See that? So, what a nice guy Gary is.
Gary, there seems to be a lot of tension about, the process of presenting you with the prank phone calls.
There's no tension. You know what? They give me funny shit, I give it to Howard. They give me shit, I have to play it for Howard.
I do love Gary. I'm sorry about that stupid line. I deflected. It was a cheap deflect. All right.
It was a cheap shot.
It was a cheap deflect. I'm sorry. You fucking cocksucker. And that's the way it goes.
Richard, come join your sweetie here for a second.
Gary's a little mad at us.
You mean the uncle from The Sopranos? What was his name again?
Uncle Junior.
Uncle Junior. He looks like Uncle Junior from The Sopranos.
Go ahead, talk to them.
No, but Howard also mentioned that he wants to have a pep talk with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What are you anticipating that this is going to be about?
You want in yellow.
Come on.
About Sal blowing smoke in Lisa's face? No, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I guess he's just not happy with our stuff lately.
Well, he said something before the break, before the holidays, about how, it was a reference to you guys keeping your door closed, that you've been a little bit less inclined to be on the air and sort of have kept to yourselves. Have you noticed that? Has this been an intentional play by you guys to sort of keep out of the way?
We just played like 5 of our calls.
No, but you guys know what I mean. You haven't been as active.
We're in there working.
We are.
I mean,
well, not as far as your work
except for now
production.
when we're out bullshitting in the hallway with you. I mean, is that what we're supposed to be doing?
No, but you're not as.
We're doing your job right now.
Yeah.
You're not as inclined to come out and bust Ronnie's balls. You guys were definitely in the past more.
If it's time to bust Ronnie's balls, we'll do it. But
Howard said, "Don't break his balls. He's got a job to do."
Yeah.
Howard said it. He goes, "Leave the guy alone."
We're just trying not to get in trouble. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So you keep trying to react based on things Howard says, and now he wants to have this pep talk with you.
Did Led Zeppelin have clunkers? Did Billy Joel have a few clunkers? He put out 5.
Did Coach Ditka lose a Super Bowl every now and then, lose a game?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But like I said, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. The high mommy one sucked, all right? He didn't like it. So be it.
Does Lisa G record a news story that's shitty sometimes because somebody's
That's
blowing,
a bad example.
Because somebody's blowing smoke in her face?
No,
it happens.
All right,
Does
don't
Lisa G record a good news story sometimes?
Okay, thanks.
No, I'm only kidding.
But does Lisa G wear a scarf that clashes with her outfit once in a while?
Would you steal that from Prince?
All right, it's time to go.
Just kidding, Lisa.
Yeah,
We're trying to take the heat off.
Right, because Daddy didn't like you today.
Yeah, we're taking the heat
Daddy
off.
didn't like you today. Daddy loves you.
Didn't like you.
No. Oh, Daddy Stern.
Daddy's going to
So you think that this is just going to be about your presentation of prank calls, or do you think this is going to be an overall analysis?
Well, you can see for yourself. Come in and record it when he's talking to
I'm going to try.
See if he lets you.
I hope he does. I mean,
I would let you. I don't mind. But I don't know. We'll see. I can't concentrate because Sal has a massive zit on the right side of his neck. Don't pop it. Show it on TV.
Where is it, Richard?
Do you see it, Greg?
Flip the camera.
No, just show it to the camera.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get in there.
Where is it? Right here?
Get in there. Don't stop moving. Now turn to your left.
Well, let me grab
turn to your
focus
left,
here.
other way.
Oh, I see. Hold on. Let me get focused. Wow. Just more of a whitehead.
Yeah. It's hard to concentrate on your questions when that thing's staring at me.
Well, good luck with the talking to today.
All right, thank you.
If it's anything
talking to / spanking, hopefully.
Yeah. I've been there, man.
Nothing like a good spanking.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All right, thank you, Greg.
All right.
Alan,
Hi.
I've been listening to you for 20 years. I have one question for you. I've never heard anyone else ask you. Have you ever lied on the air for someone you loved?
I can't think of a specific example, but I'm sure there are. I would have no problem lying for someone I love.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I have lied in my life, certainly, because I thought I'm protecting people that I love.
Yes.
And I would do it again. I have learned, however, that sometimes when I think I'm protecting someone, I'm really not, and there's no reason for me to lie. I should be straight with them. But sometimes I get caught up in trying to do the right thing, and I get overprotective, and I think, well...
Sometimes in the effort to be nice,
yeah,
you sabotage.
right. I do it all the time.
Everything, yeah.
And I'm starting to learn, and probably too late in life, but I'm starting to learn that I could just tell people really what's going on, and if I come from a good place...
In a loving way.
In a loving way, and I tell them, it's a lot better. But I have lied many times.
Well, when you told me I look good this morning.
No, that wasn't a lie.
I appreciated that, though.
That wasn't a lie. I tell you, your makeup today is better than it's been. It is a better look for you.
I could tell that was the truth.
Let me look at you again and see how you're holding
All
up.
right, is it still working?
You look 50 fucking times better than you've ever looked today.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
What do
I
you
been
think of
doing that bad a job with
I
my
didn't
makeup?
say that. I didn't say you looked bad, but you look more natural with this makeup. It's a better look for you. You look prettier. That's it. Bottom line, as a man, I'm telling you, you look better.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Put it in you right now if you want. If that's what you need, you'll get it.
A little later.
Later on the show.
She's asking
in the
for it.
9 o'clock hour. You're asking for something over there.
Yeah, nobody's answering.
How's it going with that young guy, by the way, we hooked you up with?
Why do we have to talk about that?
Why is that? Wait, how's it going? Seriously, are you feeling anything for this guy, or is it just a little romp for you?
No, I like him.
You like him?
Yeah.
Does he like you in the same way, or is he just using you sexually to say, wow, I banged Robin
Please
Quivers?
use me sexually. No.
No. You think he likes you? Like as a person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So was this going to go anywhere, you think, or you don't know? It's too early to tell?
No, I don't know.
Too early to tell?
Too early to tell.
I got to deal with this guy in my house next year.
Yes, he's anxious to spend summers with us.
Would you call him your boyfriend, or you won't?
No.
No way.
No, we're just
Do you see him a
dating.
lot?
No, I don't see
Weekends?
him a lot.
See him on the weekends? Or during the week?
Sometimes.
Sometimes during the week, sometimes during the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it's just whenever we can. I'm a busy girl, you know.
Well, I know. But also, you afraid to get a little too attached because he's so young?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Ooh. Is he afraid?
He doesn't seem to be afraid of anything either.
Are you dating each other exclusively? Like, if I wanted to... If
I'm
I
not
said
dating
to you,
anybody exclusively.
So if I came up to you, I said, listen, there's a guy I know wants to go out with you, you'd go out with him.
If I liked him.
Right. And what about if this kid starts dating somebody? You're okay with it?
We're just dating.
Right. But you're not getting attached. I'm sure he's giving you the kill boss.
Oh,
so what's
here
going
we
down?
go.
Ah, come
Here
on.
we go.
You know what you're after.
Yeah, right.
You
sure.
said it on here. You said I want a young guy.
Arm.
You said on the air you want a guy who's young and you want to experience that.
I did not say that at all.
Do I need to pull a tape, Howard?
Yes.
Find that tape.
You said you wanted to have it, just to have a crazy sort of sexual thing with some young guy.
No,
That's what I
never
responded
said
to.
that. I never said that.
Do you think you have what's your dating age range?
Oh, I'm going real young this time. I decided there's a certain point at which I've been watching people in my position, and there's a certain point at which a woman dates a ridiculously young guy and seems to be oblivious to the fact that she's dating a ridiculously young guy.
So what's the age?
And I'm going to do that.
What's the age?
Oh, 22.
Robert, you should go out and get yourself not a ridiculously inappropriate guy on every level.
Yes.
You should date
a model.
date that rapper dude from 60 Minutes. He's like 22.
Cameron.
Yeah, date Cameron. That'd be
Oh, that's totally off the charts.
And this guy's a good-looking dude. I'll admit it, man. The guy's got abs. He's got the whole fucking thing going. Remember he pulled his shirt off and he was all ripped?
He didn't pull his shirt off. That's one of the
picked his
reasons
shirt
I
up.
liked him. He didn't even pick it up.
I know what it was. He sent a picture of himself.
You had a picture of him.
Yeah.
But I never even saw that picture.
Yes, you did.
I did.
I showed it to you.
Does he have his own locker on right on cue?
What do you think's going on, guys?
I think Robin is fucking this guy.
Oh, please.
So do I.
I think Robin's fucking this guy. I think Sal's wife fucked that guy. Oh.
Well, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, here we
no,
go.
but listen. Here's what's going on.
All
Here
right,
we
you
go.
know something.
My opinion, the guy's young and good looking. Robin's single. She's in the best shape she's ever been in her life. She feels good about herself, so she started to date the guy, and she thinks he's a good guy. But on top of it, it's probably great sex. You know what I mean? He's a young guy.
Is it great sex? Do you think there's a lot of pressure in this for Robin?
Pressure?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a young guy.
You know what? I think
And
if there
she's
is,
sort
I'm
of
not
the-
even sure if there is sex going on, but if there is, She's just laying back and enjoying it. And,
Why do you?
And Junior better hang on.
But you don't think a woman needs to have some sort of emotional connection to a guy to fuck him, especially a woman like Robin?
I think Robin's in a different state in her life right now.
Right.
I think
No,
she's very
you're wrong.
content with herself.
No, you're
I think
wrong.
she's no,
I think Robin needs to have an emotion. She tries to play hard ass on the air, but she needs to have something of an emotional connection with somebody.
Yeah, if she didn't like him at all,
Conversation like I'm not here.
Well, you're not helping the conversation. You're not answering.
If Robin didn't like the guy at all and couldn't find something to like about him on a cerebral level, she wouldn't be just fucking.
I mean, I think
so I'm sure she's found something, but I think she likes great sex.
She's attracted to.
Cerebral about that kid?
Oh, don't you dare!
Uh-oh.
He must
dare you?
He must be very interesting.
How dare
He seemed like a nice guy to me.
How dare you? He's exceptional.
He must be very interesting at a debate party.
Is he exceptional?
He's exceptional.
I have to say, in the short amount of time that I spoke with him, he seems to be very well read and very knowledgeable about a lot of things.
You had a conversation
What
with
do you
him?
read? Roast beef
Well, that
can
guy must
fly?
really like Robin.
I don't
He
think
really does.
I don't think Robin could get together with a guy if he were just a complete dumbass.
By the way,
if he were J.D. Claudia, he couldn't do it.
Dumbasses.
The guy, I don't believe that age is like someone's retarded or something. The fact of the matter is, I met the dude on the air, and he seemed like a reasonable guy.
Yes.
He handled himself well. And this isn't the easiest room in the place. But what I'm saying is Fred got to see them at Robin's house.
I have to say, he seems a little more, in terms of his speech, more mature beyond his years.
Right. What did he get on his SAT? He took it recently.
That I don't know.
What?
He should
Did he even
remember.
graduate?
Did he go to college, Robin?
Yes, he did.
What
Does he
school
have a
did he
driver's
go to?
license?
I don't remember the school.
That must be a great.
Was it a good? Was it like one of those ones like a Princeton
I
or Harvard?
really don't know what school he
Was
went
it
to. I gotta get to know him better.
NAUFBC.
So you witnessed them, and you couldn't tell if there was romance.
Look, there was certainly a connection there. Whether or not there was like serious romance going on, I think it's too early in the game for them to reveal that to anybody.
Right. He didn't
in the
call
room.
her honey or anything.
No,
like
I
that.
didn't hear anything like that.
Howard, can I ask you a question? This will settle it right here.
Go ahead.
Before you met Beth, what were you in your late 40s, right?
Right.
When you're dating at that age,
Right.
I mean, you're not waiting 2 months to have sex. Not like when you're
Hell
19.
no.
It's like pretty quickly after 2 or 3 days.
Here's a man. At the second date, I need a kiss at least.
Yeah.
I need at least a kiss. By the end of the first week, I need to be touching your titties.
Right, okay, say you went out 5 times.
And I need
5 times with a woman.
I need to put my finger inside of you after a week, a week and a half.
No, like,
I need it.
I need to get you in a
At
headlock
a week
naked.
and a half.
Right.
You know, at that
But
age,
you're seeing somebody every day. You're like a
Right.
Mr. Intensity.
all right,
dater.
say it's once a week for 5 weeks.
Go ahead.
Okay, so once a week for 5 weeks. At the end of the 5th week,
Then I want to be on third base by the fifth week.
least?
Yeah.
Better
at
be
least.
Honestly, by the end of the 5th week, I want my finger inside. you.
yeah. I want my fingers wet. I get it.
By the end,
And I want you playing with my
over to the
penis.
sink. Go
And I
over
want,
to the sink.
and I want you playing with my penis with your hand.
By the end of the 6th week, we're making Blumpkin pie.
But Howard,
We're at Artie's.
you touched upon this the other day. Again, at that stage of your life, and not
There's
to be
no
disgust-
time for
No,
games.
if you're using your finger and she's using her hand, you're already going. You're not stopping there. You know what I mean? Like you're already
Nah,
moving.
You could be, but I need the minimal that.
But once you get to that,
the resistance is almost futile.
yeah, the wall has gotten thin.
Right. No, listen, there's not a naive part of me in this situation. I know Robin's having sex with this guy. I know
You
it.
can know whatever you think you
I'm
know.
just telling you I know it.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with
And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a grown woman. He's a grown man. And why not? What would be the delay?
I love that.
Is he
after
fully grown?
No.
I love that after all these years of Robin breaking our balls about being C-struck and everything else, that she's no different than any dude.
Right.
I love how you say that, and that's ridiculous.
And she's working real hard to keep her body thin and stuff because she knows this young guy's looking at it naked.
Listen, if you
and
put
she
that,
wants it to look
you
good.
put
I
that much
understand
work,
that.
If you put that much work into what she's done, there should be a payoff.
You'd be ashamed when you were in your old kind of shape to be naked in front of this guy, wouldn't you?
I was ashamed to be naked in front of anybody.
Right. Now you feel good when you take your clothes off in front of this kind of guy.
Can't wait.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm at that stage. You're embarrassed to be naked by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, Greg.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Robin, you're still flirting with me a little bit.
Greg, what is this Greg?
Yeah.
Greg from Howard TV?
Yeah, what's going on?
Boy, he's dynamic on the phone.
She's still flirting with you?
I still
Oh, is she ever?
There's something with those two. I'm telling you. He digs it. I think she.
If you're with this guy, you're saying you're not emotionally attached to this new guy, huh?
I didn't say I wasn't emotional. I like him very much.
Right.
I think she likes Greg better.
Why are you flirting with Greg, though? What do you have? What do you
I
hoping?
like Greg.
You want that to happen, too?
No. No.
You gotta get rid of frosted tips over there first.
What?
That guy doesn't seem like the man's man you really want.
Yeah, I like Greg better.
Greg's very competitive with Mark for some
Yeah,
reason.
but Greg, you're not doing anything
Yeah,
about
Greg
it.
never really makes a move.
Well, Robin said when we talked about it that she just likes to flirt and that it would be too awkward if anything happened between them.
She's being demure.
I said that?
So you're saying that's just like a subtle...
No, she wants you to ask her out.
Look up demure, dopey.
You're being a
You're
pussy.
supposed to take charge.
I'm totally not being a pussy.
If you want her, then she's ready. She's giving you all the signals.
You're not being a what? What have you done?
Well, what's going on with this guy? And you were dating Jim Florentine.
So what?
You're
So she's saying she'd go out with you, too. She's
So
not
you're watching the
exclusive.
parade go by, Greg.
All right. I'm going to have to step up.
You want to go out with her?
I would.
Ask her out now.
Robin, would you like to go out sometime?
Now, why are you guys always putting me on the spot? Greg, if you want to go out with me, you have to ask me off the air.
Does Greg want to be in show
That ain't a
business?
no.
Does Greg want to be in show?
No, I have no desire to be.
Fuck you, Artie.
I'm fucking around.
Greg, you walk up to her and you say, hey, Robin, I'm free Friday night. What about you? Say it now to her.
Yeah.
What's night you want to go out
I
with her?
told you I'm not doing this on the air.
I will come up to you off the air then.
And Greg, are you free to work elsewhere when this is over?
Oh, yeah, that's the other
I was
thing.
going to say, yeah,
Hey,
you really
buddy, I
should
need a
quit
guy to run
this
my video
show.
at my shows.
And no camera when you ask her either.
No,
That's
definitely
right.
not.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Gary, though. You did say on the air that you want a young guy that can really perform. And
I never said
You
that.
did.
I got to go get the
Don't embarrass her, but she did.
All right, whatever you guys say.
that guy doesn't seem like the right one for that, then.
Why don't you go to Jason's wedding with
All
Robin?
I know is he stepped up, Greg.
Ooh.
Greg, I've seen this guy. I think you might need to go to the gym a little more.
He comes up here with those shitty cupcakes and moves in on Greg's action.
Someone told me.
Greg's been fighting with me.
Someone
now.
told me Jared called you to hang out.
Jared called me to hang out. Yeah.
When's that going on?
I'm not.
You said no?
I was on a date when I got the call.
Man, you are juggling
Who
guys.
are you dating with? This
You know what I
the
mean?
guy, the dude, Mark? Whatever. You were dating him, and then Jared,
and Jared
called?
calls.
Are you going to go out with Jared?
Jared and I have plans to hang out.
What are you going to do?
Not anything. You know, we're just going to go out bar hopping and stuff with a bunch of friends.
Really?
You gonna
Yeah, he's going to be like our escort.
You going to fuck him?
No.
Who?
What?
No.
No?
Who's he going to fuck in the group, though? He's going to fuck somebody.
Well, that's their business.
What is it,
Jason.
Ralph?
Gary's right. You know, Robin is just like blinded by her horniness. I mean, the pattern is she breaks up with Mr. X, and then all of a sudden she's with Florentine, and like
That was a
all of sudden,
year.
Florentine's like a genius. He's this guy. Nobody. And then she breaks up with Florentine. 2 days later, she's with this guy, and he's exceptional.
2 days later, I love this stuff.
You're out of your mind, Ralph. That's not how it went down.
First of all, Ralph is
He just wants
upset.
to, just say you're
Hold
attracted to him,
it.
you want to fuck him. You
Ralph.
don't have to say he's like,
She wants a connection with someone.
Ralph,
need a connection.
say the truth. He gets upset every time I'm occupied with anybody but him because he doesn't get to go wherever I go.
I know that feeling.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you jilted me. You worse, Howard. Robin's like a chick.
I dump Ralph the second I get a girl.
I know. But
Oh, yeah.
I always take
like
you back,
yesterday, I
Ralph.
said you want to go do something. You're like, oh, you're just trying to stalk me.
No, you wanted to do something with me. You knew I was taking the guys out Thursday night. I didn't invite you.
No, I wanted to go to see Don Rickles with you.
I'm doing that already.
Yeah. All right. So you don't say, so you say, oh, hey, let's do that. No, you go, oh, I'm doing that already. Fuck you.
Well, by the same
I
token,
wasn't
Ralph,
planning on going with you. I'm taking my girl.
you didn't call me about Don Rickles.
Well, I was gonna, but you don't call me back.
Here we go.
Because you're busy fucking this guy.
Oh, please.
Why don't you fuck Robin, Ralph?
No, Ralph and I should never try attempt anything like that.
You're attracted to Ralph, though, right?
Ralph and I love each other.
Yeah, but you know
why
what?
not do him?
Currently, he's out of her demographic.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
little
way
too old for me.
her.
I got news for you, Robin. I'm 30 sit-ups away from this young Mark kid. I'll be in there. And let me tell you something else.
You don't make any moves, Artie, until you see other people after me. So you just be quiet too.
Yeah, and Greg's a lot of talk. I mean, if you're
Yeah,
gonna do it,
absolutely. Greg is all talk.
do you have any tape of you and this new kid with exceptional conversation about politics?
Yeah, he's exceptional.
You're so ridiculous.
Well, and then, Robin, there's the health care issue.
You're so ridiculous. Fred had a very intellectual conversation with him.
To know what he was talking
about. You like the guy. You would have to like the. You're not going to go just fuck some guy you don't like. Girls don't do that.
I think Robin does.
No, I don't think Robin does.
I think if she's very much attracted to him, she would get over him being dumb.
No, you're
Ralph is right. I have screwed some dumb guys because they were good looking, but not lately.
All right,
you got to get back to that, right?
Like we make sure a chick's got a 140 IQ before
Well,
we fuck
that's
her.
what I resent about you guys. No vetting at all.
What's the vet?
First, Howard's a better man than me. He didn't fuck that chick because she said the N-word. I'd fuck a chick while she was burning a cross.
That chick was crazy. You would not have effed her.
Really?
And she was hot, but boy, she was crazy.
The N-word.
You
is
walk
no
out of
big
a
deal.
club and she starts fighting with a black guy and calling him the N-word.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be trouble. You get started
is this
with her.
person famous or no?
The chick? No.
Yeah, I thought it was Dina Lohan.
She was a young model. She was starting her modeling career here in New York. You could see why. She was beautiful. I got caught up in it for 2 seconds, and then when I walk out of the club and she starts calling this guy the N-word,
Or she could be a great fuck.
I'm like, I got to get the hell away from her about as fast as I can.
Well, you're famous. You're famous. That's bad to be seen with. But
She
if
was
you weren't
nuts.
famous, could you? I mean, a chick like that, look, you don't agree with her, but you fuck her and you get rid of her.
Maybe you fuck her because of that.
Exactly. So when I fuck a chick, it's a penalty.
Bang the N-word out of her.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you, Ralph.
Thank you.
I could fuck a hot chick while she was calling my grandfather a dumb guinea.
Gary, what kind of things have you seen go on between Greg and Robin in the hallways?
Just a lot of flirting, but Robin gets giddy and giggly. It's like a nervous reaction. When she's feeling something, like she gets laughy and giggly, and she smiles and she walks away and then she comes back and goes another thing. It's just a body language.
And what about Greg? Does he get all giddy?
I spoke to Greg about it off the air. He's he's a little freaked out by it because I think that he digs Robin, but I think he's intimidated by her fame, even though he works with her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You think he would actually go out with her?
Yeah, I think he'd hit that.
But don't you think that could end badly?
Hey, I know it could.
So Greg, you and Robin, what's gonna happen, dude?
I don't know. This issue won't die, man. I don't know.
Are you gonna give her a call?
I guess what Gary said at the end of the segment really scared me. Are you prepared to look for a new job? Because the answer to that is no. I could just see it getting really, really awkward afterwards. But I don't know. I mean, the issue doesn't seem to die, and Robin's an attractive woman. There's an age gap, but I don't know. I guess the thing that got me back into this whole issue again was that she still flirts with me in the hallways when I'm doing what you're doing during some weeks. So I don't know. I don't know, dude.
There is no way this can end well.
No,
like
exactly.
Gary was saying.
Exactly.
It could go good for a while,
right?
But eventually, it's going to get awkward.
Right. Short of us getting married, there's no possible. Because, all right, let's say we went out and began some sort of relationship. It's going to end at some point, and if it doesn't end before Howard's contract is up, it could really be horrible for me.
So, but you mean you don't need a relationship? What about like a quick bang?
That too. I mean, can you imagine if something else comes up, if Robin starts dating another person and I'm the guy out there, doing the post interview, if you're not up there, so.
And then you're going to become the jealous weirdo.
And that's how I know I might have come across. I have nothing against that guy, Mark. I just don't think he's the guy she's looking for. I don't know. He seems like more of the metrosexual type of person. Whereas a Jim Florentine, he's a funny guy. He gets the show. I don't know. He just seemed like more her speed, and I really endorse that because I like Jimmy.
So she needs someone who is funny, isn't blonde, and younger than her.
No. The blonde part's fine. Jim's fine with that. But I don't know. I don't know. But Fred alluded to the fact that I need to hit the gym to keep up with this Mark guy. But yeah. Eat that, Norris. You know what I mean? I can't get any bigger. There's nothing wrong. This thing's a temple.
All right, man. Well, keep us updated.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is headed. It can only end badly, though, so I might try to steer clear, but we'll see.
Robin.
Yes, Chris. What can I do for you?
So, what's going to go on with you and Greg? Is he going to call you?
I have no idea. How do you know him better than I
He's going to
do?
call you?
I don't know. He's been getting bolder lately.
Yes, he has.
I put in a good word.
What's the good word?
That he has to ask you out.
Oh, get out! Now, see, I don't want people forced to date
No, it's
me.
not a force. I think he's a little reluctant because of the awkwardness of working together.
Well,
every day.
I'm reluctant too.
But I really think he likes you. I think he will really think he's right.
I think he does, yeah.
I think. Can I put in my 2 cents? Greg blew it. I mean, what the fuck? Robin's flirting with him for 2 years. He hasn't made a move. It's over.
Yeah,
Wait, Greg's the only fish in the fucking sea? I mean, look at that. Look at her. She doesn't need to wait for Greg, okay?
Oh, Jason's my best salesperson.
I mean, I was hoping Greg's my boy, and I was hoping that something would kindle. But I mean,
well, you know what he did the other day with you and your big mouth and the +1?
Oh yeah.
He comes over to me and he goes, "What's this with the +1?" He goes, "What are you doing? Are you taking the guy with the hair care products?"
Well, yeah, because Greg thinks that Robin's going to sit around and wait for him forever.
Well,
I mean, you know, what the fuck?
He must think a lot of himself.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, shit or get off the pot. I mean, what the fuck?
That's right.
Trust me, Robin's not going to have any trouble filling her dance card, okay? She'll be just fine.
Do you actually have a dance card?
No, Benji, it's not real, the dance card thing. That's sort of a...
Because chicks are always telling me their dance card
is full.
It's full, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And they actually pull it out and show it to me.
I was going to say, if you were asking, my dance card is full now. No, Benji almost killed me at the wedding trying to dance with me.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you want to show for...
No!
Oh, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, you're doing pretty well, Ronnie. You and Ronnie. Dance with Ronnie. I do it well. Ricky Man doesn't dance. You can dance.
How am I going to dance?
Here, you have to... Hold on.
I'm not...
Okay. It was just... I've done it before. It's just that little pretzel move.
You take it? Turn this... Which one?
No singing, bench. No singing.
What am I doing? Oh, like this?
No. I'll do it. I think you're mine.
Am I doing good? Yeah, you're doing real good. Oh, I got it now. No, keep it up. You got it. Hell the fuck. Back? See it? Cameraman and dancer.
I bet you feel bad now that you didn't do that.
I do. I feel horrible.
Ricky Man doesn't dance.
Ricky Man dances when he feels like fucking dancing. Okay. All right.
This has a lot of potential here. An immense amount of potential.
But how do we look?
Beautiful.
You look great. I think this could happen, but you're in a relationship, Robin. This isn't. How is this going to happen if you're in a committed relationship?
Wait a minute. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, my man Langford over here, he broke a story, and it seems to have a great deal of validity to it.
He said I went to like a nightclub. Yeah.
With.
We'll
call him Mr. F for now. We'll call him Mr. F. But we all know what's up. Come on. We're putting 2 and 2 together here.
All right, so I went out with Jim Florentine.
Okay, so then from that, how would I possibly be able to pursue you if you're already in a relationship? I'm being played is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
How so?
You know, it's sort of, what was that line? Speak for yourself. You know, it was when that guy was talking, he went to Miles Standish, I think. He went to pursue this woman for another guy. And she was like, why are you speaking for him? Speak for yourself.
Okay, speak for yourself then.
No, I'm saying you should speak for yourself.
I was completely lost by that. Well, there's nothing I can do though. I've been sort of pigeonholed into this role. I'm being played, is what I'm saying. I'm a pawn in your game, and in yours and Jim's game of love.
Oh,
there's nothing I can do.
See. Oh, you don't like your role?
No, I don't. I want a more active role.
All right, well, we'll have to rethink your character.
Okay, but I think we know what's going on here.
I don't know what
what you're talking
I'm
about.
not as dumb as I may appear.
I don't know why you're implying that something's going on.
So is there any hope for young Greg here?
There's always hope. You have to live with hope.
Oh, that's a terrible generic answer. You could say that to anybody. But, all right, well, I hope you and Jim have a long and fruitful relationship.
Well, I don't know why you would say that.
Well, I think we're going to have to go back to being friends. I think that's our only option.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I know,
I'm hurt.
I know what's going on. I see right through this facade. I know exactly what's going on.
I'm broken up. I'm really hurt.
All right. Well, maybe in the future.
We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. Greg, why didn't you come in? That's
Robin,
who I wanted.
You wanted me to come in?
I was disappointed.
Robin, I already came in.
I was thinking about you.
I don't believe that.
They brought in that guy.
What was it about him?
He pales in comparison to you.
How come?
It's the competition.
But he's much more muscular. How come
he's much more muscular? I imagine under that shirt that amazing things are going on.
There are, but maybe not as amazing.
Wouldn't have been any 27 or 28-year-old. It would have to be the right one.
Okay, I got you. I'm a little slow on the uptake, but I got you now. But let's say things.
There has to be something going on. There was no,
There was no initial spark or anything.
Maybe if I got to know the guy, I'm not saying he was unattractive physically, but I need more than that. I need to know a person. I need to know that they have a good personality, that they're decent people, that they're fun, that they're.
Not just a pair of pectorals.
That's right. That's right.
Now, if things don't work out with you and Jim, so he's not the guy. He's not the backup.
No.
Yes, still got a shot.
You know who's on deck.
All right. Well, good luck with you and Jim. I'm a fan of this relationship.
Why would you be?
Because your happiness is first and foremost.
You couldn't make me happy?
Oh, I bet I could. We'll leave it at that.
Well, one of these days.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hine and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Artie Lang here. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed Dr. Drew Pinsky and his assessment of me, which I think is total bullshit. I don't want to be dead like my father. I'd like to be thin like my father probably is right now. I don't want to be dead like my father. But I do drugs to forget my father's dead. It's very complicated. Join us when the exploiter of the century, Dr. Drew, comes in and hopes that he gets me to die on his show instead of this show. I'm dying on Howard's show, not Dr. Drew's show. Fuck that. And fuck you!
Now, Artie, before you came in, I was explaining, I took your side in the sense that how could you say that this guy, Dr. Drew,
BlackBerry's blowing up.
Isn't exploitive when everything he does is on television?
Right, of course. The guy's look, I know he's a nice guy, but look, I said to him point blank, would you let one of your daughters do this? And of course, the thought of that's horrifying to him. And he went, good question, no. It's just, look, he's taking advantage of the biggest fuck-ups that are out in L.A. right now. That's
okay. Okay, so let's say we buy into that point, which you're not off on that all the way.
I don't know how I'm off at all.
Do you still think that he's not giving them proper treatment?
No, they're not getting. He admitted it. He admitted it by not being able to throw out the real entertaining people like Gary Busey, and he said Tawny. I don't know what she was doing. By not being able to throw them. Okay, by not being able to throw them out. And why do you throw them out? Not because you don't care about them anymore. Because they could affect the treatment of the other people. That's why you throw them out. So by not being able to throw them out, to have them still there, still being a disruptive force with the other people, no one's getting proper treatment.
Okay, nobody. So say we buy into that, right? So because I'm saying I buy into that.
It's a fact.
Listen. Okay, you're right. Does that mean that he has no ability to judge or diagnose anybody else?
No, that doesn't mean that. I'm just saying he doesn't care about it as much. That's all. I'm saying that, look, he's admitting that Okay, I don't think he's a bad guy, but here's a true doctor with intent. Here's a guy, and look, none of us are Jesus Christ, and I'm not judging anybody, and I know I'm about to put him up on a pedestal that no human being should be put up to, and I don't think anybody should be perfect, except Benji, who's clearly a perfectionist. This, to me, is a doctor I would want to see. A guy who goes, look, you're unbelievable at what you do. You happen to practice in Los Angeles. We would love for you to do a TV show and with these people. And here the guy goes, no, I can't do that. I can't ever bring myself to do that because this is sacred to me. I'm a doctor. I took an oath. I can't put these people on TV if I'm not allowed full autonomy, and I can't do whatever I have to do within treatment to make them better. That's a doctor I want to see. Dr. Drew was asked that question, even if he asked himself in his own head, and he said, I'm willing to fucking do it on television. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't make him a bad guy. I don't judge him in a bad way because we're all human beings, man. I mean, we all go for the money.
But in a way, you are judging him because you're saying that he's not good enough to diagnose or treat you. But in your mind, for what you want.
I don't think he's and I think he's not. He shouldn't be able to treat a lot of people due to that, just one factor. I mean, look, the other thing is, how many people is he not if he thinks he's such a great doctor, how many people is he not treating because he's in a meeting with the network or, because he's developing another show?
That's unfair to say because you would have to sit there and figure out what every doctor does with their time when they're not with a patient.
What about a golfer? Doctors do two things with their time.
What if they were golfing? What if he were golfing instead of being in with the network?
Go to the hacky thing,
I'm just saying.
Whatever. I'm saying, look, Drew probably golfs too, but the average doctor doesn't golf, take care of his kids, meet the network, develop a show, and then see a couple of people. The average doctor golfs, takes care of his kids, and then sees as many people as he can help, and not on television. And that's all I'm saying. Look, I'm a fuck up, and I'm not judging. I am judging him, but I'm not saying that, look, I hate him or he should be in hell for this. I'm not doing what Jesus would do. And I'm not saying I'm not a fuck up. I'm just giving you my opinion that he had to ask himself that question: should I do this on television? And can I give the proper treatment on television? The answer is no, clearly in his head. And anyway, he said yes anyway. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not a fuck up, and I agree with Artie. I think doing it on TV hurts your credibility. I do.
See,
and again, I think he's good at what he does. I think he made a lot of sense, and I think Artie absolutely needs help. But I think he makes a very good point.
All right, let's get off this topic because we're getting stuck here.
Because you're losing.
No. What did you think of his assessment of you? That initial assessment.
Actually, wait. Before you answer that, Artie, I'm sorry. Okay. Teddy, hit clip number 1.
John's not a fuck up.
People, when they're sober, end up better than they thought they could be.
Right.
But it's almost like you want to join your dad, you know what I mean? And if you can't live without him, you're not going to live. You know what I mean? And that's, you deserve a better life. You deserve a sober life. Right. And he would want that for you. And it seems like you idealize him so much that he can't be the real guy he was with you. And you won't let go of the idealized image. And that's either pulling you towards death or keeping you on heroin.
All right. Let's not forget to mention the fact that he developed this theory by reading Artie Lang's Too Fat to Fish, still on shelves,
which is a very honest book and a pretty good insight into who you are.
It's a fantastic book. I'm not going to argue. But it's the best book out now. I get it.
It's pretty good insight into who you are. It's not every moment.
He called the book riveting.
Good. Okay. So get to the answer, the point.
He bought his own copy too.
Listen. No, he didn't. I don't want to be dead, okay? That's extreme. I don't want to join my father in death. What he did say after that, which I think is probably true, is it might be the reason I'm still doing heroin and other drugs. I don't want to be dead. I don't, if there was an afterlife that you believed in and my father saw me there before I was 90, I think he wouldn't want me there either. I wouldn't want to be there. I don't want to be dead. I'm telling you right now, I don't. But it might be the thing that keeps me going back to drugs.
Do you think that you have put your father on this pedestal and idealized him to a place that may not be real anymore?
Well, look, if you read the book, I say in the book when I describe some of the things he did that he did put my mother through hell at times. He was crazy.
But it's about you and him, though. Just about you and him.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, a shrink might beg to differ, but I don't think I put him up on that pedestal where he can do no wrong.
But it's funny because in a way you almost said that today when you talked about how when your dad was a quadriplegic, how in your mind you thought that a thief coming into the house, that your dad could still somehow defend.
See, but that was then. I don't believe that now. It's a long time ago, Gary.
Okay.
And I don't believe that now. If my father was a quadriplegic in the house and a burglar broke in now, we'd be fucked. I'd leave and let him, do whatever. Steal my father. But so at that point I did. At that point I can remember going to bed at night and just saying, God, if someone broke in, we'd be fine. I don't think that anymore. I was 20 when that happened. Look, clearly something's fucking me up. Clearly my father has something to do with it, but I don't want to be dead. I promise you.
But do you think that Dr. Drew is right in saying that the father connection you believe has to do with why you keep going back? You said something today that shocked me.
Yeah, that could have something to do with me doing drugs. Of course, I'm sure it does.
You said something today that shocked me, which I did not realize. You said that you have not been more than 11 months sober in how long?
Since I was 17, probably.
I had no idea.
See,
I thought you had more.
Wait. Since
That's
you were
kinda...
17, how long have you been sober for?
But Art, that's kind of interesting what you just said. And I've noticed that before. When was your dad's accident?
October 1985. A week after my 18th birthday. So I started drinking before he fell.
But let's define started drinking. We're having a beer here and there. When did you have a problem with drinking? Or have you ever had a problem with drinking?
Sure I have, of course.
In other words, do you think you were heading down the road you were heading down before your father's accident, or not necessarily?
No. I don't blame him for me leaving. Look, I got into college under false pretenses, and I would have left. School was not for me. Although my road that I took after that might have been much different. He might have been like, look, then you're going to just work with me and maybe try to learn this business. Or I don't know if he would have tolerated me going into New York every day without work. And he wouldn't have minded me chasing the dream to be a comedian. But I think, because he was a big fan of comedy, but I don't know if he would have let me fuck up as much as I did in those years. It's interesting. And I don't know if I would have had as much drive to make it. It's weird. My life would have been very different. I don't know.
You say you want to live. You don't want to die. You don't want to die. You say that a couple times. But in your book, I know you tried suicide once. Have you been feeling that way for a long time recently? It seemed like when you went down to Florida, I wouldn't say you had an epiphany, but you definitely came up saying, you know what, I got a lot to live for. I'm in a good place. I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I didn't say I was in a good place till I got to Miami.
A better place.
That was a great place, Miami.
Sounded like
with
it.
The hotel. Nobu. Some of the chicks down there. The wellness center was a horrible place. Rehab's a horrible place.
Must be the worst 9 days of your life.
But, Gary, you know what? I saw your house in Connecticut. You wouldn't last 10 seconds at this fucking place.
I think, dude, I'll show you where
you guys are making
I'll show you where I grew up.
You guys are making it. I know where you grew up in shit. Long Island. It's all shit there. But what did I grow up in? Beverly Hills?
No, but I think that you leaving because of the conditions is an excuse, not a reason. I know that you're used to a better way now.
I'm going to see if your wife would tolerate this rug in your house for 10 seconds.
My wife doesn't have to go.
Do you have good water pressure in your house?
Did they say to you when you left, we don't think this is... Hey, Art, when you left, did they say, we don't think this is a good idea? Or they're like, that's fine, just come in?
Who told them?
Hi, this is Scott the Engineer, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about how I recorded John's demo tape for the Tonight Show, and then told him I wasn't going to give it to Howard, and then turned around and gave it to Howard. What a bitch I am. Right, John?
The show started really with Howard doing a rap on Stuttering John and told his side of what he thinks is really going on with him and if he'll go over to the new show, etc. But when he played the tape of Scott recording John auditioning for the announcer job at the Tonight Show, you heard Scott in the background and Fred doing Scott's laugh. But Gary was telling me during the break, John lived to fuck with Scott.
He did. First of all, you have to understand something. Scott didn't even have that John thing in the profit system. He was holding it off to the side. And the reasoning is still not clear to me. Scott claims he was looking for the unbleeped version, but I think Scott was trying to keep it out of there because I think he felt a little bit bad about fucking with John, but then he didn't care anymore. You have to understand the level that John would go to mess with Scott. So I talked about earlier on the show today, So you know the phones, when you pick up your telephone, how there's a button there, and that's how you can hear what's going on? Stuttering John used to go and tape it down on Scott's phone. Then he would call him, and Scott would pick up the phone. It would ring, but it would never pick up. And he would go, "Hello, hello." And I remember one day Scott ripped the phone out of the plug and hurled it at the door. Then John pulled a prank on Scott that I believe a caveman pulled on another caveman, back in the Ice Age. But it was so great. John took a $5 bill and attached a piece of fishing wire to it. So Scott comes bopping down the hole. We're all waiting. John goes, "Don't worry, he'll be out here any minute." We're looking through this little window. Scott goes to pick it up, and John just pulls it away from him. He fucked with him at every available turn.
That was before cameras were around?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff isn't even on tape. A lot of stuff just for John's fun.
So with Scott, this was the ultimate revenge, no?
Well, the thing that's funny is John did some of those tricks, and some of them are on tape and some of them aren't, but Scott's got this forever. And, it's wrong of John to be mad at Scott in the sense that if he really never wanted it to be heard by the show, he should have gone elsewhere to get it done. It's a lot to ask of Scott to keep this contained for, 6 years.
And John, as you said, messed with Scott all the time.
But in all fairness to Scott didn't give it to me like the day after John got the job. John got the job, and Scott sat on it, and then at some point he realized, I can't sit on this anymore. That's a lot of pressure for him. Because if I ever found out he had it and didn't give it to us, I'd fucking ream him.
Well, first, Howard said he was pissed that Scott didn't tell him right away. But as it turns out, he did the right thing.
Artie jumped in and said, "Listen, you got to give Scott a standing ovation." And he's right.
Yeah.
And like I said, Scott took, just hours of shit. For whatever reason, especially at the beginning, Scott was John's personal punching bag for his practical jokes.
Did Scott ever blow up at John?
I told you he threw the phone at the wall. He knew it was John. Yeah, he blew up all the time. But see, that's the thing, too. Like, I hate the whole practical joke thing because if Scott were to blow up at me, I'd feel so horrible. It didn't slow John down even a little.
Now, Benji, do you think John shouldn't be mad at Scott?
Well, first of all, do we know for sure that John really is mad at Scott still? Or is this just hype?
Well, he hasn't spoken to Scott in however many years, and he was very mad at Scott.
But was he ever real close with Scott that you'd call him up and say, "Hey, let's talk about life"?
No, but John's mad at him. Trust me, I know John.
Okay,
he's mad at him.
I mean, I talk to John occasionally. I have a friendly relationship with him, and he's never brought that up to me. But I could.
No, I don't think he'll bring it up.
It is tough because I can understand John's point of view because we've all asked each other, "Hey, can I tell you something privately?" And I don't know.
Benji, if you were sending writing samples for another show, would you ask me to proofread them, and then and not tell anyone, or would you go to somebody else?
I would. I'd probably ask Hein to proofread.
You know what I'm talking about. And the other thing too is
I see what you're saying. It is a dilemma.
But here's the other thing. What does John give a shit? He got the job. It would be a worse transition.
Well, I don't know. I want to hear from John if he really is that pissed about it.
All right, we'll call John tomorrow.
I was going to say,
we'll take our call.
I was going to say if Gary can ever.
But if John is, I think I can. It depends on what level.
I get what you're saying, except for the fact that if he really didn't want anybody here to know,
I guess I don't understand. Why would John be pissed at that point that he got the job?
Right, he got the job. What's there to be mad at? If anything, he's got the last laugh on Scott.
I guess he feels betrayed by Scott in some way. I don't know. Scott, if you're listening, come down. Maybe you can explain this.
We should get Sal down here and some of the other people, too, to talk about, I didn't realize this till after John left, but John had his own little fiefdom going that I was unaware of.
Oh, yeah.
And he would, put people on probation and punish them, and he would not talk to people for weeks on end. And there was really like a reign of terror when John was in that office.
Sal's spoken about that before, how he was on 2 weeks probation for doing something wrong.
But Jason and Will, he would give them shit. Like if they rubbed him the wrong way, he would get really mad at them and just ignore them for weeks on end.
He did get mad at me once. For
what?
Has anyone ever seen Scott run? Oh, sorry.
What did he get mad at you for, Benji?
I wanted to start doing stand-up, which I actually all my life I've always sort of dabbled in it.
What, John got mad at you, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had started doing stand-up. And I had worked something out with the New York Comedy Club to do some stuff there.
Right.
And he felt that I was getting in on him doing stand-up.
But why couldn't you both do stand-up?
Yeah. He felt I was, getting in on his thing.
Right, because once he's doing it, it's his thing.
Yeah.
So did that put an end to your stand-up?
Oh no, just because my laziness did at the time. But he got real mad for a while.
Scott's here. Scott, John used to mess with you a lot, right?
Oh, constantly. He never stopped messing with me. That was his life.
And no matter how mad you got, it didn't stop him. It didn't slow him down.
Never. I mean, he would, the phone tricks, the money on the floor tricks with the string.
What else? How else would he fuck with you? If you
Hey,
can
wait.
remember?
Didn't he do something? This is all coming back to me now. Didn't he convince the guy at the garage to say that your car was gone? Did he? Or he never pulled that one off? He was working on that one.
No, he never did. No, he never. That never worked. That never. But I mean, he would love to constantly fuck with me every way he could.
Now, you had this tape. Like, when you did it with him, did you think, okay, one day I'm gonna,
when
he'll get his?
Not really. I just, he came and he said, I want to record this thing, and I really didn't know what it was for. I thought it was like a goof. I didn't think it was a serious audition tape because it obviously didn't sound like a serious audition. He wasn't an announcer. So I just took it like, all right, I don't know what the fuck he's trying
You thought it might be a bit of some kind?
Yeah, I wasn't positive what he was doing.
And were you giving him that detailed feedback on his performance as it went on?
I gave it. I mean, because I didn't know what he wanted to do. So he went on. He was asking advice. Does that sound good? I'm like, yeah, you can, go a little more up and, try one easy, try one more, high energy.
Was there ever any discussion like, hey, I'd like, can you help me with this and keep it private?
Yeah, he didn't want anybody to know about it.
And did you agree to not say it?
Yes. As a matter of fact, after we were done, he told me to email it to somebody, and they said, please destroy it. And he actually came over to my computer and watched me delete the file.
And
unbeknownst to him, there was a copy of that file somewhere else on the computer.
So what made you decide eventually to give it to this
And I knew I had to save it because
evil genius?
I mean, Howard's mantra was always record, never stop recording.
Right.
Record everything.
Right.
And save everything.
Right.
So that's what we did, and that's what I did.
But I'm saying, at what point did you decide, okay, I'm going to let Gary and the guys know that we've got this?
See, I forgot about it, and I figured out it was fucked. And then a few months later, when John came out and announced that he was leaving to go to the Tonight Show as their announcer, I go, that fuck. And I realized I still had that tape.
Wait, why that fuck?
Because, I mean, he was just like, how can he possibly be an announcer with that kind of voice?
Oh, okay. So you're saying like that fuck, like how can he reach this level?
Yeah, I mean, he's the classic example of falling up.
And how did John react to you? How did he treat you after that? Gary says he hasn't spoken to you since.
No, I saw him once out in Vegas, and he barely looked at me.
But I mean, that day.
Oh,
if you can remember back.
Oh, God, he was so angry. And he's like, I trusted you. You were my friend. You tell me things I don't tell anybody. And he was just so mad. I mean, I had it, and excuse me, I saved it for a great time. And I wasn't going to use it until he announced that I'm the announcer on The Tonight Show.
Right. So you did no harm in that sense, but he's still pissed that you betrayed his confidence.
Yeah, he already had the job. I didn't fuck it up. In other words, I didn't go right to Howard and say, John recorded this tape. I held it.
All right, and JD, you love when Fred was doing Scott giving John advice during the session, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I've seen Scott in the middle of recording sessions, and he just sits there, doesn't react to anything you say or do, and just stares at the waveform going by that's recording.
Wait a minute. And Artie was like, "Oh, Scott's one take. Get out. You're done. You don't need it. It's perfect." That's not true.
You think that's unfair?
That was unfair, yeah.
Oh, you think you're the most welcoming engineer when you go in there to do stuff, when people come in to do stuff with you?
Of course I am.
Bullshit.
Come in. Have a seat. Relax.
JD, what's he like? What's he like?
What the fuck do you want?
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about how we had on the best guest we could possibly have on, one of the greatest musicians of all times, an American icon, Paul McCartney. And then we also talked about how Robin hurled herself at him to try to get a date and was rebuffed. That's how it went.
There was a Beatle up here today, Gary, and it was Sir Paul McCartney.
Will and I were talking. First of all, we were trying to figure out, is there a guest? Who's the biggest guest that's ever been on the show? Who would you say is bigger than him? And we couldn't come up with anybody. Mickey Mantle. We had Mickey Mantle on the show once. But
I would say McCartney's bigger than Mickey.
right, okay. Schwarzenegger at the height of his fame.
McCartney's bigger.
I agree. We couldn't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody that's been on the show that's bigger than McCartney.
And
he transcends everything. My mother, who's 82 years old, knows who he is. My 11-year-old was thrilled he was coming in, and everybody in between gives a shit.
It's funny you said that. I told my daughters that, and they couldn't believe it. They were like, "One of the Beatles is coming in." I'm like,
they were thrilled.
Yeah,
and I got to tell you, the big announcement that Paul made, which I knew already, that was exciting, is that there's a Beatles rock band coming out.
I know. I don't know if it's Guitar Hero or Rock Band. I think it's Guitar Hero.
Well, one of those.
Howard, do you play Guitar Hero? And he goes, no. But he's going to make a ton of money off of when the Beatle version comes out. But and Steve Brandano, host of the Intern Show, which is on 7 o'clock tonight on Howard 101, made an interesting point when he did his thing. He said the interns were more excited about Paul McCartney than they were for Brody Jenner.
And Will and I were trying to figure out like what it, he came up with security, but it wasn't like insane security. I've heard people who aren't as big as Paul, come up through the back entrance with tons and tons of security. But we were saying that like there's a guy whose every move is monitored. If he blows his nose and throws a tissue in the garbage, some idiot's going to fish it out.
That's true.
People watch everything he does and being that guy, he's pretty level-headed, pretty low-key considering.
I remember, and you guys know we're huge Beatle fanatics, but I remember reading a lot about how he sort of drives his own car. He's very down to earth. Now, granted, he's one of the richest men in the world, but he's sort of a regular guy in a sense, which I know you're thinking, how could he be a regular guy?
He's as regular a guy as you can be with $1 billion. No, but I mean that as a compliment. He's as regular a guy as you can be. I liked his take on Ringo. How Ringo's always been sort of a curmudgeon. Ringo's always been one of those guys who's been irritated by people. Peace and love, peace and love.
And how they cut off his head in Liverpool. That's over. I mean, you got to be careful.
They cut off
Liverpool
his lawn head.
Yes, his lawn head, not his actual head. But Paul, I'm trying to think of another. And if you have any ideas, call in with it.
I would say
of a guest who's rivaled Paul McCartney.
Mantle is the closest as far as being an icon, and I still think McCartney's bigger.
I agree. And we were all in awe. We'll get to Robin, who was particularly in awe. Somebody said Robin is out Lisa G'ing herself in like making her play for McCartney.
I told Will we needed to put a bucket under her chair.
But you know what? You can't blame her. And we were talking about it during the break, and she's like, I grew up idolizing him. She had Beatles trading cards.
I know, but
she is in, ridiculous head over heels.
Right, but I
love
just
with him.
It was interesting that maybe Robin is a classic example that for women, you hit your sexual peak as you get older, because she's clearly getting more sexual as she gets older. But I mean, in all the years of the show, she's never really been that overtly like, I will do things to you can't believe,
to the point where Paul McCartney said to Howard, you put her up to this, right? This is some kind of bit.
Right.
And Robin's like, no.
Who was the guy that Robin was flirting with? Was it Wyclef? Who was the guy that went into her room?
That was Wyclef.
And picked her up and started like dry humping her.
But Wyclef can step aside for Paul McCartney.
Oh, no doubt.
I think.
And he would too.
It's an interesting male-female thing that, like, is there a woman of that kind of achievement at that age that we would go crazy for?
Well, I think the at that age is the disclaimer in that.
Well, let's take it back another one. What woman is there a woman of that achievement in the arts or in any other place that we would be that excited by? Well, Hillary Clinton?
Well, Madonna. I mean, but I'm saying that you'd want to fuck.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you'd be throwing yourself at Hillary Clinton.
Not because you want to fuck because just like, hey, it's a great story. But you like Robin's sincerely turned on by him because of who he is.
Raquel Welch.
No, because I've seen her. Right.
It's a good question. I really don't know.
What happened? I don't know. Men age gracefully a little bit better. The women. There were some women that they get older and they really are doing really well, and then all of a sudden it falls apart.
But I think
remember how hot Anne Margaret was like 10 years ago?
Yeah, a lot of people thought Sophia Loren held on to her looks for a very long time.
What I'm saying, it's clearly not about. I mean, Paul's a handsome guy, I think, but it's not about the looks. I think if he aged really badly 10 years from now, Robin would still want him.
That's a good question for Robin. I think if Paul came in 100 pounds heavier and with a limp and whatever, I don't know if she would feel the same way. I really don't. Do you, Gary?
No, I think he still sort of has his looks. He's still there. You can see the guy that was the young guy still there. He still resembles him.
And he walks in with a Hofner bass and says, "Happy birthday, Howard."
Which was awesome. And that was the guy who runs this whole place, Scott Greenstein. Howard likes to collect guitars, and he was at Howard's house and saw an empty space, and that's a reference that Paul made when he walked in. Howard has like these pillars, and Scott recognized that there was a guitar missing from one of the pillars, and Paul walks in and he goes, "This is for your fourth pillar." And that's what he meant by that.
Now, we've talked before when Howard had interviewed McCartney a few years ago, how he doesn't get choked up, but he definitely, he's very, he wants to prepare right. Not that he doesn't care about every interview, but he sort of gets a chill when when Paul McCartney's in his presence.
It's one of the few guests I've ever seen him be a little bit in awe of, or I don't know if the word is in awe, but he shows such a great respect. And, we did a lot of things today. Like, we didn't bother him with pre-interviews with Lisa G and the cameras. We didn't take pictures in the studio. Howard's like, a guest of that caliber should be able to come in and come out and, not feel bothered.
Do you think they have a special chemistry, the two of them?
I do. I really do, because McCartney clearly seems to like him. And Howard, of course, you can see that Howard loves McCartney. But McCartney clearly seems to, find Howard endearing.
Yeah, I think he knows what to expect from Howard. And when Howard started asking a little bit about Heather Mills or about his kids or whatever, McCartney backed off on it, but didn't do it in an asshole kind of way.
Right. He's like, dude, I'm not going to go there, but, let's chat.
And Howard was a genuine big fan of his new record, apparently.
Yeah, I liked a little bit that I heard. I'm going to take the whole record home and listen to it on the way home today.
All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Jay and Troy. Jay, welcome to the Wrap-Up Show.
Hey, boys. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Real great, thanks. I hopped up a couple hours early just to listen to McCartney. And what you guys were saying about if Paul came in a couple pounds heavier or something, you got to remember, he's still got $1 billion, okay? He looks pretty fucking good. The difference between Mantle and maybe McCartney, and Gary, I don't know, you might remember this. When Mantle died, Howard sang a song. You probably don't remember it, do you, Gary?
No.
It was... And this is the difference. He wouldn't talk like McCartney like that. But when Mantle died, Howard sang, "It's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out when you drink like that."
Yeah, but let's take that part out. I know what you're saying. Howard is not in awe of Mantle. He recognizes that almost every other guy is. Howard's not such a sports freak that he's like, oh, my God, it's Mantle. So it's not about whether it was big to Howard, because clearly McCartney's bigger to Howard than anybody. But who is a bigger icon to have come in the studio is the question.
Yeah, the last time he was in was right after 9/11 also, and it was thrilling for me to be this far away hearing it. You guys must be thrilled to be able to meet and greet the guy. God bless you. You're lucky people.
Yeah, that's a part of the job I love the most.
Yeah, I mean, everybody here feels pretty lucky. Everyone was charged up. Even this morning at 5:45, people were had a ton of energy.
It was funny. I realized that I usually get here about 5:30 in the morning, and I realized I walked in the door at 5:15. I realized I didn't set my alarm any earlier, but I got up early and just got up and was it was fun to come to work today.
Lisa G seemed pretty fired up as well.
How could you tell?
What do you mean, Gary?
She liked him, huh?
You think?
She's ready to do things?
I think she was willing to even put up a performance for him. She said she wanted to play with him, I believe, and I'm no double entendre there.
Little Eleanor Rigby on her viola.
Hey, what's up? This is Will, and on Thursday's wrap-up show, we talked about the girls for Dumb as a Rock and how they were literally dumb as a rock. Check it out.
The big game that happened today on the Howard Stern show, and that was entitled Dumb as a Rock. And if there ever was an appropriate title for a game, I think this might have been it.
Yeah, I think it was created by Sal. Is this Sal's name?
I think it's something that just came up in the meeting. I think I said this girl is dumb as a rock, and I think Howard almost said, oh, that might be a funny game. We should make the girl say I'm as dumb as a rock.
But I got to say, you know what? These things always look good on paper. Will did a great job because, you got to find – you can't just pick 3 girls and bring them in. You got to find 3 girls who are dumb, and God, did you find them?
Well, it's as far as a porn star goes, it's really funny because I talk to these guys all the time, guys that cast these girls in movies, and 3 casting agents or directors said to me, "Oh, I got the perfect girl for you," and they all said both of them. They're actually sisters, Brittany and Whitney, and they says they're both like half retarded.
And in fact, I think we sort of missed something. I think we may have to have the sisters back.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and use them for Porn Actor Studio. Actually.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
First family version.
Yeah, I think she said that would be a little weird.
Right, that would be a little weird.
You know what I just realized? I went like, ugh, just because that's what you guys always do, but that's hot as hell.
It's not that hot.
Yeah, it is.
We got to find out on.
If the two chicks are hot, the two sisters are hot. That's hot as hell.
We're still working it out with Howard TV whether they can make out on camera or not. So,
But
we'll figure that out.
the other girls that were in there too from that.
They're from Mama's Boys. So I know that the Mama's Boys, one of the publicists was trying to get girls on from the show, and I said, look, we got this bit coming up where we're looking for dumb girls, and they brought me a few girls, and I just gave them a quick quiz. You know, it was like simple, like who won the Civil War. I think both of them said the South, and that was pretty much
Right.
You're booked.
Because who was the first girl? Who was girl number one?
Kyra was
With the
from
C.
She couldn't stop laughing. Everything was funny. She giggled at everything. Even when we played her song, we were like, "What are you laughing at?"
Yeah, she was funny. But Megan, the second one, when I did the interview with her, like I think she just knows she's not that bright, which is kind of funny. And she was very apprehensive to do the game because she knew exactly what it was going to be. But she was a good sport.
At what point?
And super hot.
At what point did they realize like they're being pitched because, you know, they're so?
I don't know.
so
I don't know if
smart?
Kara ever got it. I think she was just happy to come back to the show. But Megan, the second one, she got it almost immediately. Obviously, when you pitch the premise of the game, you have to say I'm as dumb as a rock.
Right.
They know something's up.
Isn't
the
that-
third one, I don't know. She was probably busy picking her nose or something.
Isn't that uncomfortable though? Because I always tell the story about when we were doing Butterface contest.
Yeah.
And this girl called me up and she goes, I was at class today and a guy in my class said he gave me your number and said I should call you. You're having a contest. And I said, well, did he tell you what it's for? She goes, yeah, he said it's for girls with really hot bodies. Now I got to explain to her what a Butterface is.
Right.
And she's like, oh, yeah, let me get back to you on that.
And it's funny, too, because I always tell the publicist first, and then they go back and find some of the girls or give them to me, but they never tell them what it's all
Right.
about. I'm the one that's supposed to go
Right.
tell them.
You're the idiot.
You're a retard.
Now, did Karen and Megan were one thing, but Brittany was a whole different level.
Oh, she was great.
I mean, she was the Roman numeral one, correct?
Yeah.
Well, they
were
were.
all
They all got it
Roman.
wrong.
But she was the one who, well, actually.
No. She was the one, I think that her legendary answer, we asked her what a carnivore was, and then we asked her to break it down in syllables, and she thought it was some sort of a truck, because she
Right.
got car out of it.
Yeah, if you missed this game, Teddy, hit clip number 1. Here's a little bit.
What is the symbol for the Roman numeral 10? What is this symbol? Girls, don't help. If you do, I'm going to take away your money and I'm going to spank you here on television.
The symbol for the Roman numeral 10?
What is the symbol? Do you know what a Roman numeral is?
Yeah, I do.
What do you know about that?
I'm really bad at math.
Do you know about Rome, ancient Rome, at all?
Not really.
All right, so what is this
Have
Roman...
you seen Roman numeral?
And why would anyone want a Roman numeral?
No.
I don't even know how to say what the symbol is. Like, how do you say that?
You don't know.
No, I don't. I don't.
Can't help you, sweetheart.
Let's wait. Let's work through this.
Okay.
All right, so we're looking for the Roman numeral symbol for 10. First of all, what number comes after 10?
I'll tell you, you pulled it down. She said 9.
Oh, it ended. I'm sorry.
It's okay, but you sort of get the point. Would anyone here qualify to play that game, you think?
Sal.
Nah, even Sal knows. We'd have to make the questions a little bit harder.
Maybe.
Sal, do you think Sal knows if the North or the South won the Civil War?
I think
Now
he knows.
We've asked
Yeah,
him
but
like 20
History is really. I mean, Sal, like math is okay.
Do you
but
think Sal would know the Roman numeral for 50?
I don't know.
He didn't. He thought Puerto Rico was a state,
right?
And I don't think he did know who won the Civil War.
Wait,
when
I don't
asked
even
him.
know for sure. Is it VX?
Is it L or M?
Oh, let's see. I didn't
See,
know.
I don't know. I don't
All
know. It's
right.
so obvious.
It's L. But okay, maybe that was too hard.
John playing dumb as a rock in a different
I
plane.
went to Adelphi, Mr. Braggart, not Michigan.
That's right. We know our Roman numerals at the University of Michigan. Do you feel bad for these girls? I mean, well, first of all, what's the look on their face when they're saying, "I'm as dumb as a rock"? Their eyes seem to drop a little bit. And how would you describe it?
The first girl she giggled no matter what she did.
Right.
The second girl, like Will said, she sort of knew what she was doing. And the third girl, I think, knows what her lot in life is and just sort of, of course I'm dumb as a rock.
The one thing you always say to the girls is just don't take it too
Right.
seriously. It's just a stupid game. Have fun with it. Whatever.
I thought the most insulting part of the game was that Artie was laughing uncontrollably. And at one point the girl goes, "What are you laughing at?" He goes, "Because you're insanely wrong."
Yeah, he's the best.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about how Howard was really bummed out that because of the storm, his parents had to stay at his house all weekend. And Scott DePace and I sort of sympathized with him about what it's like to have relatives overstay their welcome. Here's what happened.
Off the politics for a second, with Gary now in here, and talk more about what Howard's going through, because he's got his mom, his dad, his sister, all in his house, and he's offering to blow LIPA to get the power back on.
And I've been working hard. I've been talking to people. I got to lay really low because, I don't want to get people in trouble, but, they're trying, but it may be a while.
Isn't this wrong?
Of course. Well, it's not wrong to me. I got a boss who needs something, and I need to get it done. And that's all I give a shit about.
Yeah, but what about the poor old lady who lives 3 blocks away?
I got a boss who needs to get something done.
So if somebody comes to fix something at your house, but your neighbor needs it more, are you going to send them their way and wait your turn?
No, but if my neighbor was scheduled to get it done and I can somehow use influence to get it done at my house first, that's wrong.
Are tempers and tensions running high, Gary, around just in general in your neighborhood? And
I was telling John, Lucas and I went out to get gas on Friday, and it was like, early in the day, and he just said to me without any provocation, he goes, Dad, man, everybody's really tense because you could just feel it. First of all, our block has never been that crowded at 11 o'clock on a Friday morning. The cops are out everywhere because there's like 10 gas stations within a quarter mile of each other. But yes, tensions are high.
How difficult is it Howard's dealing with a couple things right now. Some stuff as small as like, he sees the newspaper after his dad went through it and his dad's like, you could throw him out. He's like, wait, you see the paper and it's all crumbled and you want it clean. But the other thing is ultimately, he's trying to get his parents into a condo or into a place that he thinks they would benefit more, but they don't want to go anywhere. And it's not an easy conversation to have.
It's a tough thing because they, older people have a system and a routine, and they don't like to mess with that routine. I get that. Mary said to me, wouldn't it suck if we were old to be going through this? And I said, because I could not get my internet back till like late last night. I said, no, because if I'm old, I don't really have a job, so I don't give a shit whether I'm on the internet. Like, I'm struggling to get on so I can do work.
I think that's like, for them, they think that's the beginning of the end. Your kid is putting you off into a home, and,
I had this conversation, I talked about this in my book, but with both my parents, I tried to get them to turn their money over to the kids, which is a common thing before the 5-year look-back rule. And I talked to a couple of my friends about it. They went to the parents, and one of my friends came back to me, and he said his father glared at him, and he goes, so wait a minute, let me get this right. You're going to take my fucking money, and when I want money, I got to come and see you? And it was like, but at the end of the day, you're just trying to do the right thing for your parents and for their kids.
Yeah, that is weird, though.
Howard also mentioned Beth offering to take in one of his parents down the road, and Howard was like, that's grounds for divorce. And Howard loves his parents more than anything.
Of course.
But there's no one who can get on your nerves more than your parents because you're really treating them like your kids at this point.
I saw one of my neighbors that I was using internet at their house, and I saw them getting like a little flustered with their parents. I never saw them get like that before. But of course, your parents can... I'm like really nice, and I'll go to my mother. I'm like, Mom, why are you giving me shit? Because it's your mom. That's what they do.
Greg in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Love the show as usual. 2 quick things I wanted to hit on real quick. I didn't hear any mention of Howard's house in the Hamptons. Did he get any damage down there at all? Or if he said it, spoke about it, I missed it. But
I think I saw a note from Beth. I think I saw a note from Beth. I think it was fairly minimal. Nothing house damage, maybe some trees or stuff, but nothing major.
No, he's lucky. I know he's close to the water. My other quick thing is, with all of his dough, why does he not put in one of those whole house generators that goes in your backyard? It's fueled by natural gas.
He talked about that a little bit today.
Why doesn't who put it in?
He's saying, why doesn't Howard put a generator in his parents' house?
Or his parents, yeah.
He can't get his dad to take a TiVo.
No, they don't have natural gas, he said there. So that was the
I don't have natural gas either.
And then the propane thing, he said they weren't, I don't know, they weren't into the idea.
Yeah. I bet they'd be into it now. No, it's one of those things where the generator thing for a lot of my neighbors was like, oh, it's such a pain in the ass. And now when I built my house, I put in a whole house generator. I was the only one in the neighborhood with it. I don't think there's one person in my neighborhood without some form of a generator, whether it's the gas one you drag out.
How big's your propane tank? Is it?
It's underground. When I built the house, I put one underground. I think it's 300 gallons.
You have a generator?
I do. I just have a portable one, but finding gas for that was just as much of a misery. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, the interesting conversation I had with Lucas when he was talking about how on edge people were, we talked about, it reminded us of that. Remember that Twilight Zone episode where they thought the aliens were coming and all the neighbors were like ganging up on each other?
Oh, Maple Street, great episode.
It started to feel like our neighborhood was great, but when you went out to the outside of your neighborhood, it started to feel like that. The people online are angry and it was weird.
How do you think Howard's holding up after the weekend with his parents?
It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. I mean, Mary and I have had, those, have you never had relatives over your house for a sustained period of time and you love them, and when they leave, you let out a huge sigh of relief and you're like, I love them, but Jesus, I just need my house back.
That's
everyone's shaking their head, but
no, I was just going to say that's what family's all about, for better.
And you love to help them, and you love that they're there, and you're like, I'm glad, God, I'm glad they came, but God,
I have an in-law come to my house every year for about 2.5 weeks, where my wife goes away, and
what do you mean?
It's hard.
Wait, your wife leaves when the relative comes?
Well, in other words, the in-law is there to take place of my wife.
I see.
For the kids, help me out a little bit.
Right.
And
you're not a big fan?
I am. Yes, I am. But it gets hard.
It fucks with your routine.
Yeah. I find I keep escaping and leaving and just, I'm going to go down to the store. And,
you know who's great? You know whose routine it didn't fuck with? Stuttering John told a great story on the air how his mother-in-law was staying with him for a week. And she walked in and caught him jerking off. I'm like, in an apartment, in a small New York City apartment. I'm like, you can't not jerk off for 3 days while your mother-in-law's there?
I would have to divorce immediately, so I would never have to look at her again.
Hey everybody, it's Sal Governale, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show we discussed why I was voting for Romney. You're going to find it to be brilliant because I am a genius on this show. We also discussed Sour Shoe's great appearance on the show and all the crazy things that went down that day, so check it out.
Sal Governale now joining us on the wrap-up show along with Sour Shoes and Ronnie. And as I'm reading that ad, Sour comes over and starts taking stuff out of this lunchbox and giving it to Sal. Sal, what did he give you?
He just gave me a whole shitload of Kiss cassettes. Kiss Destroyer,
Where's
Kiss
the
Dynasty.
VHS tapes?
I said, what are you going to do with
Beta.
them?
Throw them in the garbage.
Oh, that's not nice.
Is this a gift, or were you just trying to impress me with this?
I was trying to impress you.
Oh, okay.
Do
Well,
you
it
want
was very, very nice, but I mean, what am I going to do with old cassettes?
I know exactly what you do. You go down to Astor Place, you throw them on a blanket, you sell them for a nickel a piece.
Sour, do you want these back or are these a gift?
Well, you can keep them if you want.
Are they a gift? Well, that's very nice of you. You know what the funny thing is? They smell.
Oh, give them back to the guy. They're in his lunchbox.
I know, but they smell really bad.
What do they smell like?
Like, you ever remember as a kid when you went into your friend's house for the first time and it was a smell you'll never forget? Everybody has that house. It smells like that house. It's just...
Yeah, old people smell.
Yeah, old people, liverwurst, newspapers, cheese. This is... Yeah.
Well, it was in a lunchbox.
I've touched some crazy things. I touch these cassettes. I want to boil my hands.
Sal,
I'm not kidding.
I got to ask you, because we know what happened 4 years ago. You said that you voted for Obama, then later we found out you didn't vote at all. Are you going to vote this year?
I am definitely going to vote this year.
And who are you voting for?
Well, I am voting for Romney.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I look at it this way. Obama did a great job, and Romney's going to, I guess, will do
You're the only person voting for Romney that thinks Obama did a great job.
Well, he did a great job, and I think whoever goes in there, I mean, he did a pretty good job. He killed Bin Laden and all that other stuff. But the thing is this. We live in a world of bullshit, and to me, the man with the biggest line of bullshit wins. The country really doesn't change that much drastically, maybe in little bits and pieces. So be it. Nothing's really going to change. Nothing is going to affect, I think, my bottom line, or most of us for that matter. So I want to vote for somebody, and this might be a little odd, where we can have fun with it. Like, I love the Romney impersonator. I want to continue doing Romney jokes. Saturday Night Live totally buckled down on Obama. Nobody does Obama jokes, maybe because he's African-American and sensitive issue. I get it. But with Romney, just like Bush, we can have a fucking field day. I want to keep this Romney impersonator going. I want to see Romney SNL skits. Nobody's afraid to make fun of the dopey old white man. So, you know what? If we're going to live in a world of politics, let's at least laugh about it.
So let me get this straight, because it doesn't really matter who wins. You're going with Romney because he's easier to make fun of.
Absolutely.
So
lots of comedic content there.
So it's for the sake of the show.
Yeah, sake of the show, sake of entertainment. It's funny. Everybody had a field day with Bush. Nobody did anything with Obama.
That's so not true, by the way.
Well, they talked about it, too, in the news. They had to be very, very careful about certain things.
There's been like 3 different guys on Saturday Night Live who have done Obama. They do Obama every week.
Do you feel like you have to be careful with Obama?
I think you have to be careful in this day and age with anything.
Well, if you didn't have to be careful, give me one of your best jokes.
I wouldn't have one. I really don't. I mean,
you have one.
Somebody one time somebody referred to one time in the Post, I believe they referred to Obama as a monkey, and there was an uproar about that. That Al Sharpton came forward and did his typical march and all that other stuff that comes with it.
I think that's when anytime you refer to any black person as a monkey, there's an uproar, not just the president.
But why is there an uproar about calling you a monkey?
I could sit here and explain it to you, but I don't believe that I can't believe I have to explain it to you.
Well, no, I'm saying that monkey is just a derogatory term to call somebody no matter who you are, whether you're white or black.
Don't you think black people got that term a lot more than white people?
Absolutely. And
so that's why.
I know that, but you should still be offended to be called a monkey.
I am.
Okay, well, there you go. So I think it works on both sides.
I don't even know what you just said.
I don't either, but I'll cut it. The other thing that I noticed today between you, Gary, sitting next to Sour Shoes is he sounds a lot more like you in his real voice, and maybe that helps with the impression.
I thought so, too. When I heard him speaking, he's got a lot more of my accent. He's got a little bit of my accent, so I think it's easier for him to turn it on. And a little bit of my tone of voice when you're just being yourself.
Yeah. Well, remember when Robin was saying to try to mimic someone so you could be somewhat normal?
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 months ago, because I talked to Vinny a lot, I was telling Vinny, maybe I'll just do this voice because it's somewhat normal. And that way I can get my point across.
So the voice you're talking in right now isn't necessarily your voice?
No, I think because I think my regular voice is higher, right? And it kind of annoys me.
Well, wouldn't you know your own voice?
I don't know.
I think right now you're speaking.
Dude, he doesn't even know his own self.
Yeah,
How's he going to know his own voice?
It's like asking Sybil, who are you?
Now, let me ask you something, Gary. You're pretty good with this. Do you think that something happened traumatically in Sour Shoes' life that he constantly uses these voices, almost like somebody with multiple personalities, and he's kind of shying away and hiding who he really is? So he uses this stuff as a guise?
Yes, I think that he's not dealing with who he really is. There's definitely a like a Peter Pan thing going on. Like he's very juvenile,
right?
And he can, if you ever try to have a serious conversation with him, even when we talked on the phone, he'll go to a voice. Right. Although I was able to, I used to have pretty normal conversations with him.
But it always winds up at the end changing back to the
now,
voice.
Sour, do you change your voice because you are somewhat ashamed of who you really are, or you can't identify with who you are because of a traumatic experience?
That might be a little bit too extreme. I think it's more habitual at this point.
Well, how long have you been doing it? Like, were you doing this, seriously? Were you doing this when you were 12?
Possibly, yeah.
Were you doing it at Pepperdine?
Yeah. And at St. John's and Pepperdine.
This morning, when you came in, Howard and Rob were commenting on your energy and like you kind of got off to a slow start. I think by the end you definitely hit your stride. But did you feel off your game at all today?
Ronnie and I were talking, and Scott and I talk every day on the phone pretty much, and he gives me some ideas. And I was talking to Ronnie about it. It seems kind of I was kind of professional today here real early. So maybe almost that it was kind of too normal, whereas the last time I was more thrown in.
You also said that you had this penthouse pet come at you in a nurse's outfit, gorgeous girl coming on to you real hard, but you said you're more interested in Lisa G.
Yeah, it was like all too much. It was too much there. But when I stepped away and was back to where I was at the keyboards and the instruments, it was almost like I was watching it. So then I started to get more excited.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Like when
I'll tell you what he means.
When her stories, when she started to talk the way she talked, and then I was starting to envision like Lisa being there watching me, watching her. Like I started to get excited.
What were you going to say, Ron?
When she was telling all those stories about getting fucked in the ass with the 12-inch dick and the whole deal about Woo Kid, and this guy was in another world. He he never moved, he didn't make a noise. He was like...
And I was picturing what she did to
He was like
to me.
A guy jerking off in one of the booths like Sal does. You could see it in his face that he was going to blow a load.
Were you were picturing it in your mind as it was going on?
I was coupling it what she did to me 5 minutes earlier.
Now, Ronnie, what did you think of Alexis, all that ass play talk? I know you're a pro when it comes to that.
She's a fun girl, man. I'd love to have her in my bed for a few hours.
Did you learn anything from what she had to say, or is that just...
No. But I know she's a fun girl.
Did it sound like she did anything out of the ordinary?
No. Sounds like fun. Sounds cool to me.
What was going on?
I'm in.
What was going on in your mind during this part of the interview? It
I
sounds
was
like you were on the
listening
same.
too, man. I was almost in the same boat with him, but I was too busy watching him. He was fogging over. It was insane. If you go back and look at the Howard TV cameras of the footage, you look at his face, man. It was like a kid just about ready to blow his load when he's in. We used to have a guy in high school who used to sit in the back of the classroom, and he used to jerk off in his desk, and he used to stare at the girls' legs. It was miniskirt time back then, like it is now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he had that same look on his face that this kid used to have before he blew his load in his desk.
One thing she did was she started to cross her legs, and it was kind of like she wasn't as open, and I kind of liked that better.
She was playing hard to get.
Yeah, she had her in heels like that.
Well, you should have directed.
You sure she just wasn't clenching up her ass cheeks, keeping jizz up her butthole?
Dude, you should have directed her then and tell her what you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you was by the couch with her,
yeah,
you should have said, like, let's slow down a little bit, do it a little easier. Don't jump all over me like that. You probably would have blown your load then.
But then again, that helped me later on in the interview because then I was coupling what she did to me there. It was just at the moment, it's hard for me to grasp what's happening. But then when I look back and lament, and then
now, will you take this home with you and masturbate to it?
I'll try to work it into a dream overnight.
He doesn't jerk off.
A weaver,
No.
a dream weaver, Gary Wright.
Well, Sour, is that what's appealing about Lisa to you?
And she plays a part in that too today. I'm picturing her.
She's the nightmare.
Watching me and kind of putting me down a little.
Well, no, I mean more like you said when Alexis crossed her legs. That was more of a turn on to you
then
because
when she first walked in,
right? And Lisa's sort of conservative, so I wonder if that's what appeals
part
to
of
you.
it, yeah.
Because Ronnie's into Lisa too, but not for that reason. I don't think.
I'm into it for that hotel room.
Did you see the facial resemblance? Did you see the
of Lisa and Ronnie?
What? Wait.
The Olsen girls and the Alexis a little bit. Just in the face?
Not really.
No.
Nah,
That had something to do with it.
I saw those big red lips around your dick. That's what I saw.
Jesus. That's when Ronnie came.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, well, Obama is president again. Some people on this show, namely Scott DePace, voted for Mitt Romney, and it may be an understatement saying that he wasn't very happy with the results. He tried to explain himself, and that made for a very good show.
How late did you guys stay up for the election results last night?
10:30. I stayed up till 10:30. I was fairly confident when I went to bed. It's those TV stations. They have to keep you hooked in. So at 9:10, they're like, "Oh, this is going to go all night. You can't let go." And then by 9:45, it had completely changed. It looked like it wasn't going to be as close an election. But yeah, about 10:30.
Yeah, I went to bed a little before 10, and I had a feeling the way it was going to turn out. How about you, Will?
8:15.
Oh, that's your usual bedtime, though.
I'm not staying up for that. You know what? The answer's still going to be the same in the morning.
I did get up this morning, and I keep an iPad on my vanity, and while I brush my teeth, I sort of just look at the headlines, and I was so afraid. When you play fantasy football and you're way ahead and you have to go to bed, you get up the next day, and then somebody scored a shitload of points in the second half. I was so afraid that it was going to be, Romney won Florida, Ohio, and this and that. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't want to get too political here on this show, but Will and I were talking a little bit, and I mean, the Republican Party, this is it. Clearly, they're not going to be able to carry an election without having some support of different groups, and there's going to be a split, or something's got to happen.
Well, you put it a much better way. Somebody said DePace is the last of a dying breed. An older white guy. There's lots of white people, and they're getting older, but I think their attitudes are changing, and there's much more diversity in this country. This country isn't getting whiter; it's getting more diverse.
I didn't see Scott. How was he today?
Not happy.
He was pissy. We made a bet. We made like $100 bet on the election 2 years ago, actually. And, I won today, and he threw the money on the ground. He's like, go pick it up, boy.
It was like the end of...
Fuck you. I'm not picking up your fucking...
It was like the end of 8 Mile. He came in and just dropped it.
Exactly. It was just like, I'm not going to grovel in front of you.
So he's not ready to embrace the country and move on after...
No, he'll be angry as ever, and we'll have to listen to his obnoxious rants every day.
Yeah, the thing that I don't understand with him especially, which Howard sort of addressed today, is, and I even tweeted this out the other day, it's like, listen, of course I'm voting for Obama. If Romney wins, he's my president. He's president of the United States, and I'll give him every opportunity until it doesn't work. But this is like, DePace already, that's it. The next 4 years are a wash. I don't support him. We're going to do everything we can to stop him. How are you going to get anything done?
An angry Scott DePace now joining us.
Before you guys start crowing too much, Republican Party is not dead.
We're not crowing.
Just in case. Oh, yeah, you're going, the Republican Party is dead. All white guys. 48% of the country voted like me. It wasn't a big deal.
But
it's very close, Gary.
I'm saying that if you brought more diversity to the party, you think you'd have a better chance of winning?
Well, we don't buy votes. We earn them through correct policy.
But I don't understand what that means when you say buy votes.
I could get diversity. Let me just start offering things to everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Somewhat.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wait.
Hold on.
Just like I said,
you mean be
told
inclusive?
Will this before.
Be inclusive?
No, that's not inclusive. I told Will this before. In my high school, the guy was running for president, and he said, "All right, you vote for me. I'm going to get you a free day off of school." Everyone voted for me. Got 98% of the vote. He wasn't able to get the free day off from school.
That is the most ridiculous example ever.
It's a great analogy because basically Romney was right talking about the 47%. It's not exactly accurate, but when you're giving away things to all these people,
Army vets, all those suckers.
But see,
suckers
again,
off the system.
I'm not saying it's exactly.
Hold on,
I'm just
old
simply,
people.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, Scott.
Yeah,
you look like you want to punch somebody.
I do.
Right now.
I do.
Why? Why are you? What's angering you?
It was it's just. I don't know.
Were you up
in the country?
Were you up all night? Did you wait until?
No. I turned it off.
Is Obama your president? Do you support Obama as your president?
Of course he's my president.
But do you support him?
Do I support his ideas? No.
No, do you support him? In other words, if he tries to get...
What, I'm a jockstrap? What do you mean, support his balls? No, I don't support his policies.
But you couldn't even give him credit for doing the right thing during the hurricane. Even that bothers you.
More than anything there, I'm putting out the hypocrisy. That when Katrina hit, the media was all over Bush like he had just he created the damn hurricane. Now with this thing, it's Obama gets his ass lathered, and it's just bullshit.
But you understand it's
bullshit. It's no better now.
You understand that
and that's 4 years after the fact.
Understand the grief that they gave George Bush was that he was slow to deal with the hurricane.
It's because he didn't land on the ground. He flew over. That was a big fucking thing.
No, but he was slow to deal with it.
People were on their roofs. They had to first get people in the safe. It wasn't easy. It wasn't the same fucking thing.
But again, I don't want to fight. It's not something to yell about. Every time I bring up something about Obama, you go, well, you did this, you did that. I'm saying, did Obama do a good job? This is the most minuscule.
I'm telling you, no. I don't. Listen.
Then you don't support him. And you might as well be honest and say it. You might as well say there's nothing he can do that I will like.
I don't understand what that means, support him. Do I wish the country is on a correct? Yes. If that's what you mean by support, yes. I want the country to do better. I want unemployment to go down.
Is there any idea?
But do I believe that his ideas are going to get us there? No. Scott, and I'm pissed off the country would vote for a guy after these last 4 years have been so shit.
So what you're saying? Hold on, just listen. So what you're saying is,
try to keep your comments to yourself.
No, what you're saying is, for the next 4 years, you will support anything that will stop or hinder Obama from getting any of his ideas done.
Because that's sort of what I'm not in Congress, Gary. I'm not going to.
But you would support people in Congress that will do that.
Absolutely. If someone says we want to create, for example, another Obamacare, yeah, I support them.
Hey, by the way, I meant to ask you, how has Obamacare affected you specifically?
Okay, so far it is not enacted yet, but it starts this year.
Well, true.
Okay. There's very few provisions have been enacted so far.
So how is it going to hurt you? I want to know.
It is going to hurt me in thousands of ways. One, I think it's going to hurt this whole country with.
I didn't. I'm talking about you, Scott DePace. How is it going to hurt you, Scott DePace?
Allow me to tell you how the economy works. When the whole economy
I asked about
goes
you,
down,
it's
that
a very
affects
simple
me,
question.
Gary.
No,
I'm answering you. You won't listen to me. If the economy is bad everywhere,
I understand that.
I get affected.
I'll take that into account. But specifically Obamacare.
Next, there are tax increases.
How is it going to affect you on a very personal level, specifically, not as the whole country?
I'm telling you, and you're not listening. Open your fucking ears. There are tax increases.
I don't believe
there's
tax increases for you.
That's right.
I don't want to get too wonky.
Yes,
with it,
there are.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are.
Well,
you don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. I can tell you exactly what it is, but I don't think it's very interesting to the crowd.
I'll prove
this
it to
audience.
you later.
You lost. Shut up.
I find that when anyone yells about Obamacare and you ask them how it affects them personally, they can't answer the question.
And lastly, I believe that there's an underlying thing to this whole thing where when people do not have to support themselves, when people do not have to be responsible, that's a bad issue. When you can start force feeding people and giving them their own policies, instead they go out buy their fucking iPhones and their cars and whatever the fuck else they want to buy. It's not a very sexy purchase buying insurance. Instead, they buy the other shit. And when you do that, that's a bad thing. Lastly,
but you still haven't answered the question.
Lastly, Gary, if you're not understanding how this applies to me, and then lastly,
I'm asking,
I believe
how
that
is it going to come out of your pocket specifically?
I told you taxes. Lastly, I believe that overall the government, when you get control of people's health care, you're going to start putting all sorts of legislations on top of them, just like things like Bloomberg and his salt thing with his soda ban.
But again, you're guessing.
Once the government,
you're guessing.
No,
I'm
I'm smart enough to know. Once the government is in control
than everyone else
of our insurance policy, they're going to do things like Will agrees with. That if you're too heavy, they're going to tax you more. If I smoke cigars, I'm going to have to pay more. And it's going to be a slippery slope where when the government is in charge of us,
Republicans love to use that broccoli example, like they're going to, that everyone's going to be forced to eat broccoli, but it's ridiculous.
I want to let the record show that he has not answered the question.
I've answered it.
He has not.
Taxes.
Do you feel
taxes?
Do you
taxes?
But it hasn't happened.
Your answer is taxes.
I told you it doesn't start until next year.
Scott.
It starts this year, and then next year's taxes will be on there.
Scott, over here.
That is accurate.
Scott.
There are parts of the program that
You're
are already
wrong.
in place. Absolutely.
But
now.
the taxes
If
haven't
you're-
been implemented
You can stay
yet.
on your parents'
The
insurance
taxes-
until you're 26 years old,
Will,
right?
But the taxes have not been implemented yet.
Taxes. Taxes.
That's first.
Taxes.
The taxes
All
have
right.
not been implemented
Everybody
yet.
shut up.
Give John the show back.
Thank you.
Hold on, give John the
Thank
show
you.
back.
Scott, simple question.
You lost.
Do you think that
all lost.
when Christie took that picture with Obama, that the election was basically over at that point? Do you think it had that much of an effect?
No, I don't think it.
So why didn't Romney win?
I think he won because a lot of people are on the. Listen. There's a lot of people who look at who voted for him. A lot of the cities, a lot of the suburbs did not. Right.
That's code for minority.
Yeah.
Well, you call it what it is, but
I think you just
I
did.
think you just did.
I don't think you're going to win an election anymore without attracting any Hispanic votes. And if your idea of immigration policy is, say, what is it, voluntary deportation, then, I mean, you're not talking to people. You're not talking to people in a realistic way, and that's why you're not going to win an
the
election
Latino
anymore.
issue
well, then
was
I'm going to
immigration,
win.
not
I'm
handouts.
going to run and just offer everyone $1 million.
But
And
that's not what happened.
What the fuck?
Coming up, which is the way we're going to launch our new album, which is Duran's Red Carpet Massacre. We're here at the Howard Stern Show, very excited.
We're so nervous.
Very
We are like freaking out.
I'm sure you guys are doing all right.
No, we're really nervous.
All right.
Really nervous, mate. Psoriasis is coming out. It's like, oh god.
Did you say nervous?
Nervous? No, I didn't think so. All right, guys, good
We're
luck.
tired.
Yeah, it is a bit early.
But good job. There's grapes. I appreciate it. And where there's grapes, there's grass.
Yes.
When there's grass, there's cows.
Where there's cows,
There's milk.
right? And where there's milk, there's breasts, which brings us to the Howard Stern Show.
Of course.
Look who I'm here with. I'm here with Duran. Welcome, gentlemen and lady.
Good to be.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Good morning. We're up and early.
Yeah, these microphones are working good. Okay, I'm in business. Duran. I haven't
Long
seen you
time
guys in a
no
long
see,
time.
yeah.
I think I had you in my studio. I was trying to remember back when, like
a long time
1980 or something.
And that chick Fern, somebody was on it.
Fern.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
She
No
was on
kidding.
the same show as we were on.
She was?
And
We never
everybody
had
was
Fawn
taking
Hall.
the piss out of her.
No, we had Fawn Hall on.
We did?
Yeah, with
Danny Sugarman.
with Danny Sugarman.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right. I forgot.
Yeah, we did. Well, it's good to see you guys. Now, what is going on, man? 85 million albums I read you sold. So you guys are all set. I mean,
We're
you know.
going for 86 with this one.
This is it. You got a new album out.
Yeah.
You're out
Red
promoting a new
Carpet
album.
Massacre.
Is the record business now impossible? Because I just read that the Eagles set up a deal where they're only selling their new record at Walmart. The Spice Girls are only selling their record through Victoria's Secret. It's almost like the whole business has changed, that you can't even do business with a record company.
Madonna just left a
It has
record
changed,
company,
and the record companies are trying to do deals that are going to keep them alive, really, because they're the ones who got hit hardest. For us, we do great business playing live. We've got a career in playing music to people. And I think the whole thing is changing. So it's the record companies who are trying to find their level at the moment.
Would you hate getting into the business right now because it's so difficult to make money?
It would be nothing. I mean, when we got into it, it was probably like tough for people that got into it in the '60s.
Right.
I think it's, as long as you accept that change is constant.
But how do you make money with a record now if everybody's downloading stuff for free?
Well, I think for quite some time now, people have been talking of the record as being a promotion device for concert tours. For years they've been saying that.
So does your record company now say, okay, you guys, we'll put out a record, but we want a cut of the concert tour? Do they
haven't
try
said
to?
that yet.
They haven't said that.
They haven't said that yet.
Don't bring that up, Howard.
And they better
I
not
don't think
say
it's
it.
as bad as that, though. I think, there are a lot of good bands around who do make records, and they really do sell.
Right.
But
it'll be
you
fine
also-
until Google start their own label.
Right.
You also brought up the question: who's paying for all of this?
The record
stuff?
company pays for
They're
all
paying
that.
for
Yeah,
this?
yeah. They want return. They want it. They
Right.
want it to happen. Duran, what a history you guys have. Now, tell me if I got this right, because this has got to bug you guys. Although maybe nothing bugs you guys. You seem pretty happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean?
What could be bugging them?
Well, your one of your guys, Andy Taylor, left the band.
Yeah. Right.
Now, is he writing a book about you guys?
Yeah.
Now, doesn't that bug the crap out of you? What is he gonna say?
Somebody's got to do it.
You're all right with that?
I think it's going to be cool. It's about, it's good for, it's exciting in a way, because it would look bad if we did it, but now he's kind of outside of the group.
But is he friendly with you still?
Well, we don't really have a relationship.
So, in other words, you're going to get trashed in the book.
I don't think he's going to trash us, because he's going to keep the door open, because you never know, with these situations.
He might want to come back.
You can never say never. So
what is going on legally? Why is he sending you legal letters?
Over to Nick.
All right, Nick, you're in charge of this
The
one.
lawyer in the band.
Yeah, here's our lawyer.
Oh, no, when things break up sometimes, we're having a divorce. So we just...
Why did he leave? What is his problem? I mean, it's a good business.
That's exactly what we said.
That was what we said. What is your problem?
And what did he say to you? What is his problem? Why would you leave a band like this? So you guys can make...
All we heard was silence.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Why can't Axl work with Slash? I mean, Ego,
who wrote the
Pride.
majority of the songs, the big hit songs? Who wrote the majority? And you guys had a ton of hits. I mean, who wrote the?
We did together.
They're all collaborations.
So did you say to him, "Listen, we're all good together. Why would we break up the collaboration?"
Well, we tried to put that to him, and
right. Does he want money from you?
Obviously.
Did you send him a letter and say, "How can you write a book about us? That's not fair."
No, we didn't.
Wow.
I think we
Do you have a law firm, Howard?
Well, I should, because I would be curious.
I like what I'm hearing.
I mean, I love Robin. She wrote a book. She was writing about she wanted to stomp on my head. Remember when you were jogging? You wanted to stomp on my head and kill me? And I went, my God.
Please.
It's
just
terrible.
trying to get some motivation to run.
I think guys who leave bands are tired. I think he was just tired of playing Rio in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Don't you think so?
Man, we don't go to Milwaukee that
How would
often.
anybody possibly be tired of playing Rio in Milwaukee?
It's a good song.
We live for that experience.
I mean,
Talk to me
isn't that
about-
what Bill Wyman did with the Stones? I think he was just like...
Yeah, because it's that get off the road.
I think there is that to it. He definitely he lives
what's he
in
gonna do?
Ibiza. Hello.
Oh.
He lives in Ibiza. Warning sign.
Is he the one with the rich wife? Who's
and they
got
only
the rich
have
wife?
one-way flights out of Ibiza.
You've got the rich wife. Why didn't you? You could retire?
I knew
into-
you were going to mention that.
Isn't your wife the creator of Juicy?
She is.
Juicy
Couture?
Juicy
They're angling for
Couture.
free clothes, Johnny.
I
Careful,
knew you were gonna
careful.
bring
My daughter loves that Juicy Couture. In fact,
Absolutely.
today we're bringing her a sweatshirt actually
All
from
right.
there. Your wife hit the mother load, right?
She did.
Is she worth more than you? She is, right? Are you guys jealous of the way he married?
In this place,
I mean, are you jealous of his situation?
No.
No,
You are not.
we all wear Juicy all the time.
You do.
Yeah, we just get a lot of free clothes.
I'm not saying we're close in this band, but we're kind of all married to each other's wives in a way.
You guys could have all married anyone you wanted. I mean, talk about sex symbols. You could have any woman you want.
You could have banged my prom date in '85. Absolutely.
And Simon,
I think we did actually.
Ow, you bastard.
Simon, you married a model, of course,
Yasmin.
of course,
Yeah.
Yasmin.
And we're still married.
And you're still married. Isn't that remarkable in this day and age?
It's shocking to me.
Did everyone say to you? Did everyone?
I look at all the fun I could have had.
Exactly though, as the lead singer, did you sit and say, I married this woman, she's a great woman, all this stuff, but did you have regrets? Did every one of your friends say to you, you're nuts to be doing this? You're at the top of your game. You can have any woman you want.
A lot of people did say that sort of thing to me, but when you meet the love of your life, and if you meet the love of your life when you're 25, you hang on to her. And that's what happened to me.
No regrets.
Absolutely.
Still in love with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
When your wife creates Juicy Couture, at first you think, what is this with the sweatshirts? This is a waste of money? Did you think that this was a waste of time?
When I first got to know her, I was really taken by anybody that I met that had her clothes, that was, they were really into them. Oh my God, I love my
She's got to be a billionaire.
I was like, this is something really special. I knew that,
That's fantastic. Talk to me. I don't want to talk ill of the dead, but actually, I talk about ill of the dead all the time. Lady Di was a huge fan of Duran Duran. Princess Diana, huge fan. Did she offer to bang you guys?
No.
Did she, seriously? Was she in love? Simon, she was in love with you, wasn't she?
No.
But you made fun of her.
That.
You thought she was a bit, what was the word that you used? I'm trying to remember at the time. Gaff.
What?
Like
Shepherd's bush.
Daft.
Daft.
Oh, what? Like couple of crates short of a lorry load?
Yeah, she was a little bit nuts.
No, she wasn't. I think she was very naive.
Yeah. What is she, Gary?
I think she's very sorry.
Yeah.
I think she was very naive,
You
and
do?
I think that she came into it as a very unworldly, and she had a very odd kind of introduction to this incredibly high-powered world. I do think it affected her. She definitely wasn't normal.
Every time we open the
I
dressing
could see
room,
that on the cover of the Sun tomorrow morning. LeBron says she definitely.
No, what I mean is she didn't have a normal life.
right? But every time we opened the dressing room door, there she bloody was under the table trying to get an autograph. It was like
being ironic.
Oh, there was that.
You said, can't your husband keep you under control?
Did I say that?
Yes.
And he could.
That's what happens when he gets up this early.
Isn't it great, though, to be just some guy one day and the next day you're in a hit band and you're telling the Princess of England, hey, man, can't your husband keep you under control? I mean, it is beautiful. What did you want to say, Gary?
I think I was joking.
Oh, you were joking. But it's great to be able to joke like that.
Doesn't it have inverted commas next to it, that quote?
Is it true you turned down Andy Warhol to make a new cover for one of your albums because you said the Stones had done it already?
No.
Is that true or false?
No, that's false.
Yeah.
Rog thinks it's true.
Right. And what's amazing about these guys, they hit it big all of a sudden, and they had a powerhouse career. Big.
Yeah.
But you were still living at home with your parents. That's how it happens. So you come back from your tour, and you're huge, and then
and then they won't let us watch what we want to watch on the TV.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
to go to bed at 10 o'clock at night.
It's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get my own place.
It is kind of crazy. It really is. Now, who is this beautiful woman who sings with you? I'm quite captivated.
This is the fabulous Anna Ross.
Hello.
How you doing, baby? What's your
fine,
story? You married or... You with any of these guys? I mean, what's going on?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not blowing any of them.
Not that we haven't tried, but
unlike Lady Di, you're not blowing them back.
No, I'm not. No.
Well, you sound great. Now, I'm looking at a picture here, Simon, of your wife.
Yeah.
That the guys just gave me off the internet, topless. I could see why you married her. She's hot. Look at that. There she is. Is that her? Look at her. Beautiful girl.
That's my baby.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And what was it always a kind of relationship where you were monogamous, or were you as a rock star allowed to cheat? Were you allowed to? She seems like she might be.
She's the love of my life.
She is, and you never got into threesomes. You never got into any of that kind of stuff. No lesbianism with her in front of you with another girl.
Not that I know about.
Not that you know about. So it's a traditional relationship.
Yeah.
See, I always thought you guys were kind of wild, but maybe not.
Well, there are wild ones in the band.
Who's wild?
The guy with the sunglasses on.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
The lawyer's wild?
Do you know why he's got sunglasses on?
Why does he have sunglasses on?
Because then he has projection of porno on the inside of the lens.
You're talking about Nick.
24 hours a day.
Nick, I always knew Nick was a pervert, but that's good. I like that. How are you?
Very well.
Last time I saw you was in England.
It was, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you were broadcasting from there.
Yeah, a long time ago. And Simon, what do you mean that? You know what I wanted to ask you about when you. There was a couple of things going on. Number one, I read that you say you, as a child, you enjoy dressing up in women's clothing for real.
He still does,
and you still do.
I enjoyed dressing up.
As a woman,
that's my favorite. I wasn't sure whether they were women's clothes or men's.
Here's what
I
it
had
said.
a jockey outfit.
You say you've been dressing in women's clothing since you were a kid. When you were a kid, you wanted to be Rita Hayworth in a skirt. Did you think you were gay?
This is the press release that Nick Rhodes wrote,
I see.
isn't it?
Did you think you were gay at one point in your life? Is that because once
yesterday, wasn't
it? Did you guys think he was gay or something? I mean, seriously, that's a very feminine thing to do.
Hands on my hips, I can't do that.
But you were always into women. You never had gay sex.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yes.
You just like to dress up as a woman.
No.
No.
I did once dress up as a woman, and it was for a show at the Edinburgh Festival, and that was a lot of fun. I just loved the way fishnets felt on my legs.
And what happened that you lost your testicle? Do you talk about that? You were
I haven't. I have a slightly reduced testicle.
You were on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
you had an accident.
I raced
heard
bikes, and I had a front end collision.
Well, you have the kind of life you do.
We'd moved on from homosexuality.
When you have the kind of life you have, where you're a rock star, where you're married to a beautiful woman.
You think I needed two of them, two full ones, don't you?
No, why would you race motorcycles where you could get injured?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense.
You should ask me that question because that's very pertinent to the song that we've got out as a single. I'm not trying to segue into it.
Segue, I'll play a little.
It's the song "Falling Down" is about pride and arrogance, and I went through a period in my life when I just thought I was invincible.
Right.
And I had that accident, and I got back on and I raced again, and I had another terrible accident.
You do not ride these things anymore?
I ride bikes, but I don't race them any longer. It's the racing. It's the competitive thing. I was too competitive.
And you were
good enough.
And you were racing a yacht back in the 80s,
Yeah,
I think.
used to race boats.
And the thing capsized and you almost died.
That wasn't my fault.
Yes, but why risk this great life? I could understand
There's a
somebody...
theme developing, isn't there?
Why is everybody looking at me? That was my fault.
I could understand somebody who looks like me and has my kind of life capsizing and not really caring, but you have a good situation
The
going.
rumor was that Boy George had a submarine and fired a torpedo.
You see,
He tried to sink you.
Innuendos. What the hell is going on?
Oh, God. Big your endo, mate.
Was Boy? Is there a lot of rivalry between bands? Boy
Yes,
George.
there is.
Boy
But it's
George
fun,
was.
though. There's nothing unsavory about it. It's fun. Of course you want your record to do better than U2's.
You've made negative comments about Bruce Springsteen, for example.
Well,
you say that he is not
personally.
talented. Yes, you have.
I have not.
Let me see. I'm going to read a
No?
quote from you. All right, John actually said this.
Oh, thank you.
All right, here's what he said. Bruce Springsteen is as popular as he is because he's mediocre. No one's going to tell me that Born in the USA is Stravinsky or Lennon or
Makes
McCartney.
this stuff up.
To be popular and to get enough to millions of people means that you have to be fairly low level.
In my defense, I think I said that in 1982.
What were you on?
Well, I was on my own trip.
Right.
I've come to respect Bruce a lot.
That's amazing. You
He's
said
actually
that
one of my
bef-
favorite artists.
You said that
He is
before
one of your
Born in the USA came out.
It was a review. No, it was a review. It was a review show that Born in the USA was on. In fact,
is that what it
and
is?
that's how I felt about it at the time because I was raised on the Clash and Bowie and a lot of really out there stuff.
Right.
And to me, it was pretty pedestrian at the time. But I've come to see it in a different light.
All
in
right,
the
so
light
you've
of
changed
the Great
your
American
opinions.
Songbook. I have.
Right, all right. So you like Bruce Springsteen now.
Yeah.
Were you guys on a lot of drugs at that time? Was the band riddled with drugs? Was that
We got as many drugs as we could possibly get our hands on.
Is everyone off the drugs now? Is everyone clean pretty much?
Pretty much.
I haven't done a check this morning. The dog's not up yet.
Nick, you still having some
I
problems?
know, Anna's looking a little worse for wear.
Thanks.
I've got through. Unfortunately, I've got through a few tissues this morning.
But did the band? Did you guys try heroin? Did you try coke?
no.
Did you try? No, nothing like that. Nothing hard.
Well, we did maybe.
Maybe you tried it.
Do we have to be specific?
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah. This is an interview. You have to. You have to.
Do you
answer
still have the numbers of any New York dealers?
Yeah, we have our own problems here. So there are rivalries between bands. And you mentioned Boy George. At that time, would he sit and take knocks at Duran and say you guys were horrible, and you would say he's horrible?
You know what happened in that time was that the press were. We were young, and they kind of manipulated a situation where the rivalry became public.
Right.
And they would get people to kind of knock each other in the papers and things. And in our naivety, we were willing to disrespect other bands in the newspapers and things like that. It's something you don't do now. I don't have I don't have bad things to say about acts now.
Right.
Because I think it's just not elegant. It's undignified. You
Do
know?
shows like American Idol annoy you? I mean, you guys had to come
Well, I
up.
don't watch it.
You
so
do not watch it.
It doesn't annoy me.
Does it bother you that these kids who basically had absolutely no career get on a reality show and then they have these huge careers?
Yeah, good luck to them. You know, I mean, it's not the kind of career I would want.
No, you don't want that. Nick, you did a very smart thing in your life. I don't know if
Did I? When
You're
was that?
You're
I don't
not married
remember.
anymore, are you? But didn't you
No.
marry some kind of department store heiress?
No, that was all media stuff. I wished, and then it wouldn't have cost me so much money when I got divorced. You know,
Divorce kill you? I mean,
it didn't kill
monetary.
me. I'm still here. but
You're
I think
still
it-
here. I mean, a lot of money
Did
goes
some-
out the
There was a
window.
little collateral damage.
Did you sign prenuptial agreements?
No,
never.
No, you never did that. Not in the early 1980s. I was only about 20 when I got married as well.
How much money as a band do you think Duran Duran has generated? I'm talking between
at least
touring.
20 billion, I would say.
No, come on. Between the albums, between the merchandising and everything else, it's a lot of money.
I
right?
never added it up.
Yeah, we don't spend time counting the money that everybody else got out of the band.
Yeah, but Simon, you're very smart. You didn't get divorced, and you've got your original income and all
And my
of that.
wife's income.
That's right. So you've got a lot of money. there.
Dinkies one.
Poor Nick's over there. They're dividing them up like
Yeah,
carpenter ants.
exactly.
How many times have you been married?
Well, how many? Only once.
Only once.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you only got cleaned out once. That's okay. All right. All
It's
right.
been-
Listen. So you say the new album is out.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
November 13th. It's
November 13th, and the new single is called "Falling Down."
Yeah.
And you say this is about arrogance.
It's about pride coming before a fall. It's about how quickly your life can change, how suddenly you can go from being king of the world to heading for a big disaster.
Is this
It's
about
also-
you?
Sounds like a
Yeah,
divorce
it's
to me.
very much. It's very much about things that have happened to me. But it's for anybody. You know, everybody goes through these things in their lives. But more importantly, it's about being able to reach out for help and swallowing your pride enough to say, somebody please help me.
Are you saying that when you were at the top of the music industry, on top of your game, that you could have been an asshole to some people, you could have been arrogant, you could have been maybe not treated people properly, and now you are humble, you have some humiliation and all of
Yes.
this?
That's
what this song is about. Where is the half a testicle you lost, by the way? When you are brought to
it's
the
in a
hospital,
field in Wales somewhere.
when you are brought to the hospital and they tell you lost a testicle, I mean, you've got to panic, right? I mean, it could be the end.
Pardon?
Yeah, I say when they bring you to the hospital and they say your testicle is gone.
Yeah.
You got to. That's got to be the most
They
painful
said
thing.
that I might lose one of them.
And you never did. You
I had
never.
a very good doctor, and I
Good for you.
And I drew a big arrow on one of my legs to show them if they had to remove one, which side the one they had to remove.
Well, thank God you still have both. By the way, the new album is called Red Carpet Massacre. I don't know why it's called that. Why is it called Red Carpet
Because
Massacre?
it's about modern life. It's about life in public and failure and success. It's about the kind of the world we're surrounded by. You know, on one hand you've got Red Carpet, on the other hand you've got Massacre. Put them together, and what do you got?
Did you guys fight during the making of this album? Was it
We
weird to
always
work?
fight.
You always fight.
during the making of albums.
David, you're on the air in Phoenix. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard. Thanks for taking my call. Love you to death. Hate the fact you're not on Fridays. It ruins my week. Anyway, first of all, Duran, you guys are so awesome. I've loved you for years. You Do a Kill, best James Bond song ever.
Oh,
Gotta tell you that.
How does that come about? When you guys write a song for a James Bond film, they approach you and say, "Look," or you had already written the song.
Well,
hadn't you?
that was a classic schmooze, actually. I mean, I met Cubby Broccoli at a post-Wimbledon party.
He is the producer of all the James Bond films.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
And introduced myself to him, and actually sort of said in my, grandiose way, "Hey, when are you going to have a decent theme song again?
Right.
And he said, you want to do it?" And it was literally like that, And the next day, I went down to the studios where they were filming. He introduced me to everybody. He got John Barry on the phone. "John, I want you to talk to John Taylor. He's in Duran, and I want you guys to work it out and make this work."
So you wrote that song specifically for James Bond?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mark in Boston.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, wanted to see if there was any fucking going on the Girls on Film video.
You guys are known. You always had the best-looking women in your videos. You were known for that. Would you have sex with it? Like girls on film? Did you guys have sex with any of them?
No, but we would have liked
done,
to. The brunette in particular, the ice cube on the nipple, we were all.
But why
I think the
manager
got there first.
You guys make it seem like you're choir boys. I mean, I am sure a lot of sex
He was
went
a choir
on.
boy.
I was a choir boy.
Yeah, but you behave like a choir boy. You had tremendous amounts of sex, didn't you, before you got married?
Tremendous amount, and actually since I got married as well.
My
wife is rampant.
Were there famous women in any of it? Nick, come on.
In anybody's address book.
Were there famous women in your past?
Famous women?
Yes, women that were very well known that you were able to
Madame
make love.
Bovary, Catherine the Great.
Not that I recall.
You never had Catherine the Great? Never.
No.
Everybody else did.
I can't believe that you guys are telling me that your sex lives were so
Yeah,
lackluster.
they sound like
tell you
life
that.
was boring.
They-
Come on.
They say that John got Christy Turlington. Is that true?
Oh, Christy Turlington.
I did get her, in fact, for the cover of the Notorious album, yes.
Did you make love to her?
No, I vowed to her.
That's a tepid no.
Has anyone ever come up to you nowadays and said, "Look, I have to break the news to you. I'm your child. You guys banged so much when Duran back in the '80s." Did that happen, Simon?
We came out of got out of a limousine once, and we were here in New York. And as we came out, a news crew came marching up the pavement with a video camera and grabbed hold of John and said, "John Taylor, this is the mother of your child. What do you have to say about it?" And there's this girl, this kind of girl who was sort of hanging on and being dragged around. And John kind of put his head down, and we went straight into the building, didn't we? And it really freaked us out.
I mean, she constructed this elaborate sort of scam. I mean, her parents were even in on it. I mean, they supported the story that I went regularly to the house for Sunday lunch.
What does that do to your home life? I mean, does your wife just flip out?
It was a rough few days. That was, you
Yeah.
know,
People
because, you know, at the back of your mind, you're thinking, no, it's not, is it?
Well, it's embarrassing, and also it can screw up your relationship because people start to believe that stuff.
Yeah, it's not what you need. And then, of course, typical tabloids, English tabloids, they turned it in the end. They turned it to, like, you know, this like crazy person attempts to scam the media with, but we're smarter than that.
So you are supporting this kid? No, all right.
There is no kid.
And Anna, I'm captivated with you. I got to tell you, baby, you're looking very, very good over there.
Oh, why, thank you.
What's your story?
Under all this light.
No boyfriend?
Not at the moment, no.
No one's getting you, huh? What a waste. I swear to God. I could teach
Not while
you a
I'm
thing.
over here, anyway.
You ever married?
No.
What's
In
your
fact,
story?
I've never had sex ever.
Really? You're a virgin. I believe it. Where did you guys hook up with Anna?
A very good friend of mine, a guy called Jerry DeVoe, who he'd spotted Anna when you were working with
We're doing
Lulu.
demos.
Oh, you'd done some demos with him.
Yeah, I did a lot of his demos.
I am so unprofessional. If I was the lead singer, I'd be banging you. I mean, that would be it. I would just.
Well, you could try.
I would. Oh, it would happen.
Really?
Well, I think you know, Anna's met my wife, and she knows that you've got to be careful around
she's
Yasmin.
a fighter, isn't she?
What is
She's
the
a
dynamic
fighter.
in a band like this? Do you guys like see each other at, like hang out socially, or it's just a complete disaster when you do that? It's strictly business.
No,
Are
we
you
do
friends?
when we're working together. We're we live out of each other's pockets. We go to clubs together. We go to bars,
You do?
restaurants. We hang out. We go to the movies. We went to see Elizabeth the other day.
Yes. But then when it's over, the work is over, you never see each other.
Well, no, we do a bit. You know, there's always times when there's invitations and things to go to parties and that.
Sunday
we'll see
afternoons,
each other.
we sit at home and we watch old videos of ourselves, you know,
really-
have some
we look
crackers.
forward to
That's
that.
great. Yes, you get together and watch all your old videos. I admire that. Does it make you sad that the art form of rock videos is just about dead? Nobody really shows them anymore, do they?
You haven't seen that? Oh, I see what you mean.
No one will
You know,
show ours.
I mean-
Ours got banned. It just got banned in England.
For the new single?
Yeah.
Why? Too many hot chicks doing
Too
weird
many hot chicks
What
with
were you-
beautiful breasts.
The breasts bared? I mean,
The breasts are totally bared and up for all to see.
No, that's a band.
I was going to say up for grabs for a minute.
Right, that's
Well,
smart.
you remember that video? What's the one where you're on the front of that boat? And
Rio.
That's Rio.
Yeah.
Now, does that broad ever come back? She's got to be ugly now, that broad.
Rima.
She's
I
still
think-
hot, or is she?
You know, I haven't seen her for a long time. She's pretty good last time I
I
saw
think
her.
she moved to Milwaukee.
Really? She didn't hit the wall. Well, I got to tell you something.
It's got
Thank
to be
you for
48 if my math is correct.
thank you for playing. As someone sitting here watching you guys play, I can imagine this show on Broadway will be great. Now, what is it? An hour and a half? I mean, like a regular full-length concert?
No, we're actually coming out. It's like in two halves. The first half is like the whole new album.
Okay.
So it's almost like we've got an opening act.
Right.
You know, and they come out and nobody in the crowd really knows the music yet. There's been a couple of songs on the internet. And then after that, then we there's an interval where you can flick through your playbill.
Right.
And then we do what we're calling an electro set, which is our take on the acoustic set, which has become the industry standard over the last few years. And it's all synthesizers. We're all playing synthesizers. It's like a Kraftwerk homage. And it's sort of like a 20-minute kind of dance-a-thon kind of thing.
Right.
And then it's the old... Then we get back into this thing, the organic rock out.
Well, it sounds good. This was a lot of fun. Great having you guys.
Yeah, thanks
here.
a lot.
Thanks.
Great.
All right, we're going to
Thank
take a
you,
break.
everybody.
And then we'll get back to, doing the usual crap that we do. Yeah.
Thank you, how it's done.
Now, was it weird having Howard ask you about, your sexual life and the bike accident with the testicle?
It was. I wasn't expecting that. You never do. But then again, I think we don't go into situations like this expecting anything, and you've got to be able to just to deal with it. And once you kind of get used to the idea that you're going to be talking about personal stuff and that, then you're fine with it. It's good to have questions like that. It clears out the cobwebs a little bit. Makes you question things. And it's funny.
Mixes things up, right?
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. It's healthy.
Great.
I was feeling depressed yesterday. Sometimes I get depressed for no reason. Like it's like an overwhelming...
Just comes over you?
Oh, my God. It's the worst thing. So I was sitting there. Oh, I know what happened. Gary gave me the Macy Gray. Macy Gray put out a new album of cover versions. And I don't really know much about Macy Gray. Except
She had
for
that one big hit.
Yeah. It's true. That's her one big hit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
I think it's called I'll Try.
And I'll try.
Or I Try.
I try not.
Yeah, I can't remember what that line was.
Yeah, so the reason I was listening to Macy Gray was Gary said, hey, Macy Gray came out with a new CD. You want to hear it? Maybe she's going to be making the rounds. Maybe we'll have her in. I don't know much about her, but she seems very interesting, Macy Gray. And... I've heard drips and drabs of stuff she's done.
Yeah.
But so she put out a CD of cover versions, like some interesting choices too. Like she does "Nothing Else Matters" by Metallica, and I thought it was really moving. And I had it on whenever I have music on, and I don't know, I get moody, and I was sitting in front of my computer, opening email, and it had the Macy Gray thing playing, and I started to get sad. And then my dog was like right at my feet and looking up at me, and I started looking at her, and she's 10, and she's been having health problems, and I got sad, and I started hugging her and everything, and then I said, I'm feeling really down. I'm going to write that on Twitter, because I never tweet. So I wrote, I'm feeling down. 2 seconds later, people start tweeting me back. You fucking pussy. Like the complete opposite of what I was looking for. I realized
so if you're on the ledge, they're going to say jump.
I was exactly. I was so desperate for love right at that point, and all I had was the dog, and I was sad that the dog was going to. I said, you know what? I'm going to turn to my fans, my loving Twitter fans. And I'm just going to expose myself at my raw state, in my raw emotion.
I'm going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I'm going to be vulnerable. Who cares what people think? Well, 2 seconds later, I was so sorry I wrote it. It was like, fuck you, pull yourself together. You know why you're sad? You're old, you old fuck. And
wow.
Oh, my God. I was just like,
it was
wow.
like things you weren't even thinking.
It was, I was like, wow, what an avalanche of hate. But then, if you wait long enough, then people start to sort of turn around.
The haters are faster typers, I think.
And then people started sending me pictures of their dogs, and one dog was in diapers because it's dying. The people were showing me they went through similar experiences, and it was a little better, but it wasn't much better. And then some woman asked for a picture of my dog. I tweeted that out, and then I quickly got off. I didn't want to read anymore. It was not fulfilling what I needed. I needed to talk to someone.
Well, that's
So I went to my psychiatrist and
an interesting
yeah.
experiment.
I tried. I tried to turn to my fans for some support, but it was more like, you're such a... You're gay.
Wow.
Yeah, like I was gay bashing.
Or gay bashed.
I was gay bashed. I know what it's like to be gay bashed. And it's called insulting names.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to be like that guy who jumped off the bridge after his roommate taped him making out with a guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. You know, everybody's talking about bullying like it's a child or children
yeah,
phenomenon.
Right. No.
People, you just grow and you're continually bullied.
Yeah.
Even as an adult.
Get over it. You heard Whitney.
It's true. People get bullied as adults.
Yeah. Like Gary bullied me yesterday. People even said, and then people started writing me, no wonder Gary took advantage of you yesterday and you didn't fire back at him.
Yeah, my tweets were all like, Howard was a jerk to you.
Yeah, well, mine were... Well, it depends when you listen, because at the end, I let you have the last word, and in the morning, I had the last word. You know what I mean? So depending on which argument you heard.
Then I saw somebody sent an email in yesterday and just like called me a monkey and you should fire that monkey. If that ape worked in the real world, his gorilla would be fired.
Well, what about Whitney Cummings? I mean, she's on major medication now because people were bullying her about her new TV show.
It never ends.
Yeah. And then I heard Sal on the wrap-up show bullying her.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was kind of like, I think he's one of those people who...
Who's jealous?
Yeah, like Sal thinks he should have a sitcom, I think. And it's like, just not, Sal, get over yourself. Why don't you write a sitcom?
Or go get it. Yeah, she wrote those.
Yeah, she wrote 2 separate sitcoms, Sal. So why don't you write one and submit it?
Nobody just plucked her out of obscurity and said, we're going to put you on TV.
Yeah, she worked her ass off. I tried to tell Whitney that. I said, it's all jealous comedians. I said, you should see every guy in radio fucking treats me like a because they're all jealous, but they want to be me.
Howard, I praise Whitney on
the
the
but I know back in the office, you're pretty nasty about her.
No, I'm just
the truth.
I'm nasty in general. I'm just a bitter guy. But
hey, by the way, what's the name of that model we had in yesterday?
Elle McPherson.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you?
I talked nice about her too.
Who?
Elle McPherson.
Elle McPherson.
And Whitney. I'm just bitter in general, but I think I
Don't you think it's weird? I got to ask you now, because I was listening to the wrap-up show and you were talking about Elle McPherson. Don't you? I got to just say this because everyone was good about not saying it. Don't you think it's weird that I interviewed that person for a whole morning and you still don't know her name?
Elle McPherson.
What?
McPherson. McPherson. I don't know.
How do you say her last name?
McPherson. I don't know. I have this. It's a Long Island enunciation.
Say her whole name.
Elle McPherson. ELLE McPherson.
Had you ever heard of her before?
I've seen her around, sure, here and there. I'm not a model guy. I don't follow models.
I understand, but if she was one of the most famous models in America.
And you must have said her name a million times during the interview.
Right.
I was busy.
You didn't listen to the interview?
I listened to some of it. I heard her say some derogatory things to you.
Who?
Elle McPherson.
Right. So when you heard Elle McPherson,
I don't know
when you don't know where I'm going. Believe me, you have no idea either. You think I have no idea. You really have no idea.
Am I going to get in trouble for something?
No, you're not in trouble at all.
Okay, good.
We're just pointing out how ridiculous you are.
Oh, thanks.
That's all.
Very good.
Right now, your people are howling with laughter, and you don't even know
the
it.
Same people who tweeted you yesterday?
Yeah.
Those people?
No, but you're
those kind people?
You're one of those guys that thinks Whitney isn't that talented and doesn't deserve what she had.
Bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, that's not what I hear.
Listen, comedy is subjective. And, for example, Carrot Top, a lot of comedians put him down.
Right.
But you cannot deny his talent. You cannot deny what he does.
Right.
I don't like Madonna. I hate Madonna. She's sold millions and millions of records. You can't deny what she does. Whitney, I'm not a huge fan of her. She's a great roaster. I'm not a really big fan, but...
Why wouldn't you be a big... I mean,
not a big fan, but she's a great roaster.
She's a great roaster in that capacity. I'm just not. I'm not...
But how can you not...
I'm not floored with her. I'm not floored with anybody these days.
You're not floored by her roasts?
Absolutely floored by her roast.
So you are floored by her?
Yes. Well, by her roast.
But you just said you're not floored by her.
Well, are you floored by me as a tap dancer? No, but as a prank caller you are. I'm saying that in some areas.
So you are floored by... But we're evaluating her as a comedian. What she does is roast people, and she's
great at it.
So
but
Then why would you think she doesn't deserve to?
Who said she doesn't deserve it?
You did.
No, I did not. I never
No,
said
you didn't
she.
say that publicly. You say it privately.
I never said
All right.
privately she didn't deserve
All right.
it. I
Other
said that
people are
she's
saying-
being chastised and she's being put down because of a lot of people in the industry wanted to see her fail. That's what I said.
Right.
And you know what?
What about Ellie McPherson, though?
What about it? She's a supermodel. She's good at what she does, I guess. You know, she's
Anyway,
on that fashion
don't you
show.
think it's amazing that I interviewed her? We promoted the fact that she was coming in. I said her name a certain way, and you're mangling her name.
McPherson. I don't know. McPherson. What the? I have no idea. Ellie McPherson.
No, it's just weird.
I have no. I don't know how else you would mangle her name.
Her name is Elle McPherson.
Right. I've heard you say Elle. Everybody call it Elle, but Elle. My name is Salvatore Governale. Sal Governale.
Are you going to now say what? What are you saying?
You could call me Salvatore. You could call me Sal. When you call her Elle, I heard you call her.
Her name isn't Ellie.
It's E-L-L-L-E. Lee. Ellie. Ellie McPherson.
Holy shit.
I bet you.
What's amazing about you? You'll argue to the end, even when you know you're wrong.
But
her name isn't Ellie. It's Elle.
when you called her Elle, it's like your mother calling you Hal.
No, E-L-L-E is Elle.
Have you ever seen? There's a magazine with that name.
It's called Elle.
Yeah, but magazines don't speak, Robin.
Oh.
There's not a person in America who calls her Ellie except you.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm unique.
Wow. You refuse to learn.
All right, now so it's Elle. But when you called her Elle, and even on the wrap-up show, they were saying Elle or Ellie.
No, you said Ellie. No
I
one
see
said
Ellie. On the notes, I see Ellie. I see
No,
E-L.
you read E-L-L-E as Ellie.
E-L-L-E. Lee. Ellie. I see it as Ellie.
She doesn't have Elle Lee as a name.
You know what it is? He has a reading problem.
I
and
do not.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
And like you read it, and even though you hear everyone saying Elle.
I'm assuming it was Sal versus Salvatore. I'm assuming it was
okay, all right.
Fred versus Frederick. That's not a legitimate argument.
Frederick. It's Elle. It's not Ellie.
It's Ben versus Benji. All right, so it's Elle.
Okay.
And I'm retarded because I saw because I read it E-L-L-E. I saw two L's,
But
two
we've
E's.
been going around saying, I mean, the whole world says Elle McPherson. She says Elle McPherson. She's on the air. We're saying, here's Elle McPherson. And then, like, somehow you walk in out of, like, a time... I don't know where you are, like
I see something.
at a
I
time
read.
machine, and you go, Ellie. Like, no, you've never heard that name before.
You've never heard the
Listen,
magazine called
when I
Elle.
see Elle, I don't think about her name. That's the last thing I think about.
okay.
She's a nice piece of ass. Who cares
All right,
what her
thank
name?
you.
Her name could be Frank. I'd bang her in the ass. Who cares?
You're an amazing man.
Well, I'm sorry
on
that I
so
could
many
name
levels. Like just even your explanation. Every time you get something wrong, you're like, well, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
No, it
I
doesn't.
don't care about history. I don't care about geography. I
No,
don't care.
no,
It doesn't
not true.
affect me.
Not true.
I don't care about voting.
Not true.
I don't care that there's not purple states.
Oh, when you screw up an enunciation, you get 16,000 emails. You get all
Yeah,
pissed
but I
off.
mean, you're
Are you retarded?
consistent. You're constant.
I'm not constant.
Sure, we all get things wrong, but my God, there isn't a thing you get right.
There's plenty of things I get right.
What?
Plenty.
What?
I don't know. Just give me something. I don't know. What do I give a shit about? I saw her name. I pronounced it Ellie. That makes me retarded. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
kind of.
It's kind of ignorant, Howard.
It's kind of weird because you work on the show and we prepare for guests and
Yeah, and I
you
do a
hear
good job.
Everyone's saying Elle.
Who cares?
Can I explain it to him a little bit?
Yeah, maybe you can.
Sal, it's not that you read it.
Happy birthday, by the way,
Thank
Gary.
you. It's not that you. Thank you. It's not that you read it wrong.
Baba Booey.
Now go fuck yourself.
No, but it's that she's been in the mainstream of media for probably 30 years. You probably jerked off to her. You probably read Sports Illustrated, all that stuff. So
Never read Sports
but
Illustrated.
I understand that you read it wrong, but she's been a celebrity for a very long time. And so that's how I would think you would know her name.
You know what? She really hasn't been in the spotlight in my eyes. I mean, she's out there. There's no denying it. But I'm telling you, she doesn't stand out like she's not like a Christy Brinkley, not like a Cheryl
Show your
Teague.
cock. Just show your cock
No,
and
I'm
be
not.
done with it.
You're looking at it right here, the whole
thank
body. I'm a big cock. All right. Well, I'm sorry. And as far as Whitney's concerned, that's those.
No,
completely
I've
not
heard that
true.
you kind of like one of those jealous comics.
I'm not jealous of what's there to be jealous about. As soon as you start,
there's a lot to be jealous. She's pulling down a fortune. She's making millions.
and that was my point on the wrap-up show. Even though she's doing that, it's driving people crazy. What do I care what she does? It has no bearing on me as a person.
That's right. That's what I was trying to tell her. These other comics, whether she gets a sitcom or not,
Doesn't mean they're going to get one.
Doesn't mean
she
like, if
didn't
she-
get them out of the line.
right? If she doesn't get a sitcom, it doesn't mean then they're going to go to Sal Governale
Right.
next.
Whether she does great or whether it bombs, it has absolutely
You're going to be the
no
same.
bearing.
You're going to be the same
shithead.
position.
Yeah, I'll be the same shithead.
And in fact, she said to me afterwards, she said, I'm surprised because a lot of comics got a lot of deals all of a sudden. Like, networks kind of think in droves.
Right.
When you sign one person,
one type of person.
Yeah, they go,
you go look for somebody else.
Let me go get another female comic or something.
Right.
A lot of comics actually benefited from me being signed.
I agree. And a lot of times these scouts, there could be a comic on stage who can bomb or be a complete hack. That might be something that a particular agent is looking for.
Do you
for
ever
his
get
project.
scouted?
I've been in a few. No, not really. No, just by you.
I'm the only one who picked up on you, huh?
Yeah.
That's
No.
my unique charm,
No, I have a few good things going on, but you hit the nail on the head. When I used to go out and...
That'd be good if, like, I was arguing with some of the talent on America's Funny. They go, what do you know? You hired Sal.
Oh, that hurts.
That'd be great. And I'd go,
you
you're right.
got an argument there.
Right.
Yeah. Hit the buzzer on me, Howard.
Right.
Throw me out.
Hitting the buzzer's so intense. It's so
Must
much
be so
fun.
great.
Oh, it's so great. And then when the other two judges join in, it's like, and then all of a sudden the music goes, and the whole stage goes black. It's like death just hit.
It'd be great if you could bring that buzzer everywhere, like to a restaurant. The food sucks. Wherever you go.
It's great.
You're a lucky son of a bitch. That's good. And you earned it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Sal.
You're very welcome. Not that you don't take my word for my word to you. So
what?
You're like, oh, thank you, Sal. Like you rolled your eyes. Like
I didn't roll my eyes at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's
said
my
thank you.
paranoia. It's my paranoia.
I said thank you. That's very nice.
I appreciate it.
All right, get out of here.
All right.
By the way, speaking of the wrap-up show, that's where we got the John was talking to Sal, and that's where he started calling Elle McPherson. Ellie McPherson here. I'll play a little clip from that just so you see how that all went down. There, hold on.
A fat, ugly chick cannot get away with comments like that. But Ellie's so hot. I mean, she could basically say that your mother looks like a fucking goblin, and that's nonsense. Who cares? That's the beauty of being beautiful.
Sal, do you think
free pass? I mean, she said carte blanche herself.
Do you think that she
wonderful.
is a true supermodel?
Absolutely. I mean, there are women that are hot, like, wow, she's an 8, she's a 9. Then you see Ellie, and Ellie McPherson is like
like a moron.
This is so
like
funny.
a goddess.
Ellie McPherson.
Ellie.
Yeah. That's the only clip of that, right, of Ellie McPherson.
He says it again in the next one when Gary asks about Ellie McPherson, and he doesn't realize what's wrong with it.
Sal, you've been in this seat before where, she was the one who killed on the roasts and tore people apart. Now she's getting torn apart. How do you deal with that? Is that tough to combat?
Touche. Welcome to the entertainment business. It works both ways.
Touche.
Yeah. She puts it out, you get it back.
Touche, Ellie McPherson.
Ellie McPherson, what does that have to do with this?
Nah, it's a callback. But why do you think that? But why?
Ellie McPherson. I just don't know how you're like around. Like Elle McPherson is a very popular name in our culture, especially for guys Sal's age.
She's pretty iconic.
Yeah. Everyone's heard the name Elle McPherson.
Well, he explained that E-L-L-E spells
Ellie.
He probably never heard of her before.
He goes, Ellie.
He was spelling it with 3 L's at one point.
Yeah, right. He went E-L-L-L-E-E. Ellie.
Like Sally, Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Right.
He's a trip.
He's the best.
He's the best. He really is. You got to get him in there.
And I loved how he kept trying to fix the pronunciation of her last name because he didn't think that Ellie was wrong at all.
Right.
Yeah, I was convinced you were going to have him saying McPherson or something like that by the time he was at it.
Yeah, it was too weird. All right, thank you, John Hein. We look forward to your wrap-up show today with Gary and the gang. Should be a lot of fun.
Sal.
Yes.
Salvatore.
Yes. My point.
Are you familiar with the spelling of the word gazelle?
Yes. G-I... You're not asking me to spell it, but
No,
yeah.
but it contains at the end...
Oh, gazelle. There's a G-A... There's two.
Z.
Giselle Bundchen. Giselle.
No, like gazelle, like the animal.
Right.
The cheetah-like animal.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
G-A-Z-E-L-L-E.
Right.
How would you pronounce that?
Gazelle.
Why not call that gazelle?
I don't know why. That's what you got. Wait, hold on. This guy's the culprit. Turn the cameras.
How am I the culprit?
This guy yesterday brings me into the wrap-up show. All right, you want to talk about slimy people. You want to talk about underhanded people. And really, a really dirty, mischievous move. Not mischievous. Just a real dirty, no good, low-life, scummy thing. Right here.
Mischievous.
The bottom of, not the bottom of the barrel, the scrapings underneath the bottom of the barrel. Wow. This guy brings me onto the wrap-up show yesterday. He goes, I want to talk to you about Bruce Springsteen and Gary getting yelled at. The whole time, I didn't know it was over Ellie McPherson.
It wasn't.
Elle McPherson. Whatever the hell.
It wasn't. I didn't know you said her name wrong until you said it on wrap-up.
I don't know about that. It doesn't make any sense.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
I didn't. You
because I said to you,
no, you
why am I
volunteered
here?
it, and I didn't correct it. I just let you roll.
Well, who
you wanna be
told
mad
you
at me?
on the sneak that I was saying
Nobody.
Ellie?
That was your own idiocy. I didn't know you called her Ellie until you said it.
I don't know about that. I find that very hard to believe. I smell shenanigans around here. Something is very smelly. Rhymes with Ellie.
Was it Richard?
No, Richard smells fantastic.
Sal, I would tell you honestly if I knew you pronounced it that way. I had no idea until you said it when we were in there. And then I let you say it again and again and again. I copped to that fully.
Right. All right.
So who could have known prior to that? And maybe
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I bet you there's plenty of people who call her Ellie.
Wait, hold on. You call me mischievous? How do you define that?
First of all, I screwed up that word. It's mischievous. So there you go. Is it mischievous? But anyway.
Do you want me to tell you, or that be
yeah.
a mischievous thing to do?
What is it? What's the right way?
What do you think the right way is?
I think it's mischievous.
Okay, you think that.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. He just asked me if I would like to know. I give him a word, and then what does he say back? He doesn't correct me. He goes, "You think that?" That's not nice. It's not nice. He's not a nice person. He's a nice person, but he's not that nice of a person. He's a calculated nice person. Sneaky.
is anyone really that nice around here?
No. Yeah, they are. There's a few people. Nick,
I'd
Nick
rank
the
John,
intern.
John at the top of the list.
Rob's a really nice guy.
Hey.
John's okay. John's good at what he does. John's good. John set up the ball, served it, and Howard just sent it out of the park. There's no parks in volleyball, but there's no out of the parks in volleyball, but you know what I mean. God almighty, am I flustered.